It's the most wonderful time of the year, Christmas. And what better way to get into the holiday spirit than with a Minky Couture blanket? Whether you're gathered around the tree with loved ones, roasting marshmallows by the fire, or just looking for a cozy way to stay warm on a chilly night, Minky blankets are the perfect addition to your Christmas festivities. With a wide range of festive designs and colors, you can find the perfect blanket to match your holiday decor or gift to your loved ones. So this Christmas, make your holiday even cozier with a Minky Couture blanket. Head to minkycouture.com now and find your perfect blanket, just in time for the holiday. Happy holidays from Minky Couture.
Hello.
And welcome.
To a very somber BB on Blast.
We should have done a somber tune.
Nah.
I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Gaz. And Hallie has just been evicted from the Big Brother house.
Dun, dun. What is wrong with you people? Not you
Not
people.
you.
Not
it's not you. We know it's not you, but what's
No.
wrong with them?
These people
The-
who come
those-
here.
These people
who come here, they know what's what.
We know you know. And if you know, you know.
How do you know? We know you know.
But they know that we know that they know.
These other people, the
Those
wrong
people,
ones, there's more of those than there is of us. Like three of us.
The Facebook mums, I'm telling you, they outweigh us 10 to 1.
Yeah,
that's
the problem. It's like...
What about this new audience ITV was caught in? And the Facebook mums are ruling the eviction vote.
It's like, when people go, oh, well, One Direction get millions of listeners, that can't be bad music.
I didn't expect us to go back to that era of X Factor right now.
That
Okay.
was the first thing I could think. Well, that is bad music. People just have bad taste, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not talking about One Direction, directly. I'm sure they're very good.
So what you're saying is the One Direction fans are transphobes. Is that what you're saying?
I know Harry Styles is very popular right now, so maybe I'll backtrack off of this analogy. But just because a lot of people think something doesn't mean it's right. Yeah. Just because it feels good. What is that?
Doesn't make it right. I don't know. I want to start swaying.
I still watch you hit night. Anyway, I've disproved my own point right there. Look, this is the wrong result.
Now listen.
This is the wrong result.
They know that.
Hallie came out of considerable dignity, class, looked good.
Looked great. Great eviction interview.
Sunglasses on her head, like a mum doing the school run.
Quickly took them off, realised she couldn't see where she was going, obviously. But also an eviction interview with a very important message. And we've done a little Twitter space thing. I don't know what it's called. Maybe they might be calling it an X space now. I don't know.
You should splice that into the pod.
We did record it. I could splice it.
It was
in.
only 4 minutes. Or you could just go and look at it on Twitter.
That was like a very raw, visceral reaction from Lindsay there. You are in tears over Hallie's eviction. Lindsay is crying. She's emotional over Hallie's eviction interview. We've been tweeting about Hallie and what Hallie said about, I just want to live I want to live my life. What you can live yours. How does it affect your life? Someone's come at you saying what? What aboutism?
We don't care about it until it affects women's sport. Women's fucking sport. Fuck you. Women's sport. I watch the tennis and I don't even watch the women. I do sometimes. But women's sport. No one ever cared about women's sport one jot until fucking trans people started doing women's sport. Fuck off women's sport. What I care about is young teenage trans people killing themselves. So fuck off about sport. Fuck you, and fuck J.K. Rowling as well. And fuck all you people who voted out the good TV over Hallie. Fuck you.
Do you know what this says about the UK? More transphobes than good TV appreciators in this country. That's what that says. It's fucking disgusting. You're telling me you want to keep Dylan, who's done nothing until this week.
Cooking and arguing people.
But do you know all the... Okay, no disrespect because actually I really like his girlfriend and I don't want to offend her. But Dylan has only made the edit because Trish has come into his storyline. Without Trish,
because he's having
Dylan
go at
doesn't
Trish.
have a storyline.
Like the lamb chops and the chicken.
Yeah, I mean, I think she has eaten an excessive amount of food, but we'll come to that on the podcast, which we are in the middle of recording, by the way.
Okay. That's why we ain't got time to do this shit.
Do you want to say anything more about that?
Just why did you vote Hallie out? It's just not okay. It's not okay. She was good entertainment. She's a fucking teenage girl. She's 18 years old. She's been through a lot. Yeah, she was acting up. Her kissing on the kiss cam was fucking great.
Yeah, it was
entertaining. What? We didn't even see Dylan on the fucking kiss cam because it would have made our stomachs turn to watch it.
He gave it a peck. This is the difference.
Thank you.
Yeah, you see, Trish gave it her all. Trish snatched her own wig.
Yes.
And Hallie dominated Big Brother.
Mm-hmm.
And Dylan you kept in, who could only give the kish cam a little peck. It's embarrassing.
It's not okay. Like,
how many years we've been watching the show? Okay, and this is the result we've got.
And there's people on Twitter going, "Oh, Hallie's not a woman." But fuck you! You're not a woman. You're like a plastic piece of shit.
That is targeted.
Yeah,
to that one
fucking
person.
saying what isn't is. Oh yeah, I'm a woman. I wake up every day and I'm a woman. So fucking what? Like, I don't even have to put any effort in. Hallie's like having to like fucking take hormones and everything else.
Let me tell you something. The biggest irony about this is no one fucking batted an eyelid and realised she was trans on night one. I'm telling you. I bet half these people who now have a problem didn't even know. And now they know. Now they've got a problem and they've got enough like ammunition to vote her up.
It just makes me sad that Nadia was 15, I don't know, 18 years, I don't know what it was. And now we're in this situation. It makes me so sad that we've come to this. And it is totally the media agenda and everything else, all this fucking culture war. It's just
scary.
Bollocks. It's bollocks. It was like the Leave Britney Alone gif.
Yeah,
like,
leave
it
her
comes to
alone.
life.
But, no, rightly so. Lindsay was very emotional watching it as well. Like, and
crying.
I always like Lindsay cries a lot at the show, but like
I cry a lot just in general.
But do you?
Yeah.
Do you?
I do cry
I think
a lot.
like I think you're moved by this kind of thing,
I
and you're
am,
right.
yeah.
Like Hallie just wants to live her life, as does every other trans person, and all of these arguments. Like, I don't know how there is an argument against trans people, because I'm sorry, trans people exist and they have rights, so there's no debate here.
It's like the argument against abortion. Well, people have abortion, so there's the argument over.
Exactly. It's like you can't deny this is a thing.
These things
You
are
can't
happening.
talk it away.
No.
And I'm sorry. Well, you can vote them out the Big Brother house. That's the problem. But yeah, these arguments are all nothing. They mean nothing. Everything that Hallie just wants to live a life, as does every other trans person, and it doesn't affect you. So mind your own business.
But you know, what about the sport? What about the female sport? Affects that?
Oh no, you are right. I am very concerned about the women's sport.
Women in prison and like the women's refuge, where they're going to like let in loads of like trans women and to frighten the women in the refuge. Shut up.
What's not implication or instigation. The thing they're like accusing trans people of. They're
being men.
But they're accusing But they're accusing like men of
having
pretending to be women with an ulterior motive, and that isn't how transness works.
Maybe there are one or two men who do that.
Of course there has been.
Just like there are one or two women who kill men. There you go. One or two women will beat the shit out of their husband and kill them. One or two.
Any.
One or two. And then you can go, oh, but women do that too. It's the same fucking thing. So fuck off and stop doing these straw man arguments that we've seen. Sorry, listeners, I didn't mean to shout then. This is like a particular trigger point for me. But it's just like, no. Fucking safe spaces. Fuck off. If Hallie came, I was actually thinking about it when I went swimming this week, and I was thinking, I was in the change room. If Hallie came into the change room, would I give a fuck? No.
And the other thing is, okay, let's take women's safe spaces. You want to put Hallie into a men's institution?
Yeah,
you think that's a safe space for Hallie? Not
Great
Hallie,
point.
but
Great
looking
point.
at Hallie, we can use her as an example. But just
Hallie
any trans
be
woman
attacked within
mincemeat,
minutes
for fuck's sake.
Because men are the fucking problem with all these things, nothing else.
And then also you raised the point of in our live, which if we do splice it in, sorry to repeat, but like in 2004, we seem to be going in the right trajectory. We had Nadia. Okay, if you look back, the handling of it was a bit dodgy, like the way it was like handled on the outside. It was. But also everyone was learning at that time, and it felt like, okay, we're on the right track here. And it just feels so sad to see us go back. And Hallie gets no allowances for the fact she's 18.
She's a kid.
She's 18 and she's on Big Brother. What do you want her to be like? Sitting in the corner like a little nun?
What would you be like at fucking 18 on Big Brother? What would you have been like? Or me been like on Big Brother? I would have been...
Do you think I'd have got a sniff at Big Brother 18? I was meek and mild.
Well, I was a little bitch.
I bet you were.
I would have been out like that. I mean, I'd be out like that now.
You'd have been out for brawling.
Same fucking person, basically. And me 16 and me 18 me now. But like,
Benjamin
come on. Everyone fucking judging and looking down their nose at Hallie. Oh, she's having a temper tantrum. She's a teenager.
And can we just also, who was it raised this point? Let's look at the Who's Gone this series. Farida,
Dean.
older, brown, Muslim woman. Zach, Asian man. Okay, he's got a lot of privilege that comes with it, but yet still a person of colour, so perhaps that...
Of course it is.
Went against with this audience, who knows? And now Hallie is a trans person. It's not... The visuals are bad, and it's just like, come on, guys.
Oh, to be honest, though, everyone up was a minority today.
You know,
But
that is true.
yeah,
Everyone did have their thing.
Yeah.
But I just can't believe that someone who has delivered so little has managed to survive this eviction.
Well, didn't you go on Facebook and didn't you figure it out?
I've been brawling in the Facebook streets.
I'm surprised Trish didn't go.
No, actually, I'd really like to... We won't see them, but I'd love to see the results because I think, Trish had a lucky escape there.
Especially with Trish being an outspoken... I mean, she's black already. She's an immigrant. But being a feminist as well is a real fucking mark against you with these people, like, big time.
I mean,
I've heard her say I'm a feminist on several occasions, and that is just enough to get you kicked out by these people.
I mean, look at... In the house, she is nothing other than supportive, caring, and just like a very lovely person, and she's still being called
aggressive,
argumentative.
We're afraid of you.
Yeah,
you're loud.
That is fucked up.
Blah blah blah.
And all of this stuff reflects on the comments you see on Facebook. If you go look on the BBUK actual comments on the Facebook, it's all veiled. Racism, transphobia, ableism. I need to talk about ableism as well. And like Kerry, okay, I'm not a fan of Kerry, the character, of her character, and it's fine. To be honest, I'm warming to Kerry, but keep Kerry in. No, but the shit people say about Kerry on the Facebook comments.
What?
Does she need that scooter? Like, how come she can walk sometimes?
Oh
she doesn't. She doesn't like. Oh, does she use a scooter at work and at home?
Oh, fuck off.
You know what? You can't decide when you need... Disabilities don't switch on and off.
No.
She needs those mobility aids. The Big Brother house is a big place, and even if she wasn't inside the Big Brother house, she would still need them, and you guys don't...
You don't understand someone's disabled condition. It's like when someone leaves a note on someone's car going, you're not disabled. It's like, well, I have like a mental disability or what.
Exactly.
You can't see all disability.
It's been absolutely disgusting. The compassion is non-existent for some of these people.
Oh, no doubt.
It's just like, why is everyone so fucking horrible?
Yeah.
It's really... The mind boggles for me. It does.
This is the thing with the trans thing. This whole thing, this culture war thing, to me, it's been imported over from America. No offence to American. Yeah. Their news... cycle that they have. It's like
the GB News is modeled on American news.
It is. It's like the Fox News that they have over there. They have these like, talking heads going against each other. This is what we've got now with GB News and to a lesser extent Talk TV. I never thought we would go down that route, but this is what we have, this divisive, far right kind of TV that America has. The only thing I can say we've got going for us is we don't have that religious element like they have. Thank fuck. Yeah. Thank fuck we don't have that, and we don't have the gun element either, but that's another matter.
Yeah.
But apart from that, this whole divisive, like this side versus this side, it's like Brexit. This... You must be on this side or you must be on this side. There's no grey area. That is what it's like now. And that's what it's like with the trans issue.
Do you know about this one time I got called up to go potentially on Good Morning Britain? Do you know about this?
I don't know.
So I happened to meet a producer who works on This Morning. On the train, literally on the tube, and started talking because she looked good. Anyway, we exchanged Twitters and stuff, and I'm kind of vaguely in contact with her, and she got in touch with me around Pride season to get my opinion on companies using the pride flag in their branding. And she wanted me to be the person who was the contrarian who was gay. Right. And that's why I didn't get on the show, because I actually believed that fine, if you are supporting LGBT causes, then it's good for you to show that. And there was a logical argument, but because I wasn't delivering it, I didn't get cast on Good Morning Britain.
Yeah, because they don't want
because they're always
your
looking
opinion.
for that person from the community that will make the community look bad.
Yeah, they don't want your opinion. They want whatever opinion they want.
Yeah.
It's these shills that they have on GB News, these black people who are racist against their own people.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's fucked. They have a lot of those.
Do you know what you won't find? Any trans people consolidating that argument, though.
No, it's I've not actually watched GB. I know I used to watch it as a bit of a joke. I've not actually watched it
well
since
done.
Dan Wootton's gone.
Oh, has he gone?
He's gone, yeah. They sacked him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why they've got Boris Johnson now.
I do miss him a bit, but
I bet.
I don't watch it anymore, so I'm not part
What
of the
about when
problem.
Boris starts? Will that bring you back?
No, I'm not that interested in Boris. I thought his dad was rather a bore as well.
Yeah, I'm not done on the ableism stuff.
Let's
sorry.
get Hallie on the podcast.
I do want
as
Hallie
well.
on the podcast.
Hallie, come on the podcast.
About Kerry. Let's talk about Kerry for a minute.
Okay.
From get Kerry out to Kerry to win. Queen. Yeah. No, I'm joking.
No,
I'm joking.
I'm down
However, she's had a good week this week.
But has she changed her behaviour because of the...
well, when we come to the nominations, I'm
Yeah.
going to say some shit about Kerry. I'll tell you that
Okay.
much. That's just a little tease for you. But what I was really annoyed about was these people suggesting that Kerry's maybe pretending that she needs a scooter.
Oh, come
I saw somebody
on.
say that the reason that Kerry needs a scooter is because of her weight.
Oh, fuck off.
The reason that Kerry is carrying that much weight is probably because of her
Yeah,
condition.
she can't get up and exercise
And-
because she's disabled.
Yeah, and I have someone in my family who has MS, and I can tell you that they need help to walk, like
Yeah.
people with MS, and it depends on what stage you're at. And Kerry, yes, she can walk a bit, but does she look stable? Would you trust her to walk down the whole corridor, like from the living room to the bedroom, and not fall over? I don't think so.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe not.
It's just ridiculous that people even ask these questions.
People are just fucked in the head, aren't they?
I can't understand it.
Yeah,
I've
but
been
it's like
out
a
there
different-
fighting these people. I've been out there fighting for Kerry.
Like you say, Facebook is a different world to Twitter. You think Twitter... People are always
People
like...
thought Twitter was bad.
Yeah.
Try Facebook.
People are always like, oh, Twitter's toxic, blah, blah, it's a cesspit.
It's not.
Twitter is actually
Twitter is
woke.
a safe space.
Woke compared to Facebook.
Twitter is
woke.
comfortable.
It is. Facebook is like your mum, your gran. It's
Shit.
like some dodgy views on there, like dodgy. I've seen my mum's friends, who I'm friends with on Facebook, posting anti-trans shit. And I've just looked the other way. But I thought if she does it again, I ain't look the other way. I'm going to say something.
Yeah, exactly. You can't be complicit.
No,
Baldy
I
Moving
was
would say.
I was trying.
Are you complicit?
I was trying to just...
Not. Yeah, you can't.
I know, but it's not
hard
good.
sometimes.
It's not good because that's like not being anti-racist being anti-racist, not just not racist. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you've got to be anti-prejudice.
Yeah, you have
actively,
yeah.
and all of everyone listening. I implore you: if you hear your relatives saying shit about trans people,
pull
or
'em
your
up.
grandma
Yeah.
saying stuff about that black person,
Yeah.
fucking tell them. Can you not lead with that? Like, why are you doing that? Like,
I mean,
it
that's
doesn't.
every Christmas for me.
I mean,
I do
trust
that
me.
shit in real life. But sometimes online, you
Sometimes
feel
you
like
think
you
that,
can't be
like-
bothered with it, but you should be bothered with it.
Also, sometimes you think, my nan's 86. What's the point in trying to correct her? She'll be dead soon. But you should. They can
But-
still learn.
but
These
also-
grandmas can learn.
But also, someone like Hallie or someone like Trish, they don't have a choice whether to engage with it or not. You have to engage with it. We have a choice because we're in a position of privilege. I know you're gay, but, you're
Yeah.
passing in a position of privilege.
As gays go, I'm a white
yeah.
man, that comes with privilege.
Also, I'm a woman, which is a minority, but it's not quite as bad as being gay. I phrased that awful.
Cast as a minority?
It is a minority. Women are underpaid. They're under this.
Well,
they're under that.
The problem is the patriarchy.
Yeah,
That's the problem.
Yeah, well, minority is probably the wrong way of putting it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I get it. I get where you're going.
But yeah, we need to speak up for each other as minorities.
Exactly.
We need to. I need to speak up
Don't get
for
me
you.
started on the
you-
LGB without the T people, because it's
Oh,
always with the
that's
fucking
that
T.
one. Yeah.
And let me remind you, I know you guys don't need reminding, but trans people started the gay liberation movement.
These anti-trans people. They're the worst. They're the worst people on the planet, in my opinion.
But the very worst are the gays who are anti-trans. There's nothing worse than that.
Hold on, why are gays anti-trans?
Exactly. Do you not
Gay
know that's a
people,
thing?
I should say.
The LGB Alliance.
Oh.
You see? Does not compute, right?
It's sad.
Yeah.
It's very, very sad. Oh my God, I've exhausted myself. How are we going to get through the week?
Right, we've got a lot of Big Brother to talk about. Are you in your notes already?
Yeah, and I've got some things to say about the live feed.
Go
Number
ahead.
one, the bird feed. That's too much bird feed. A bird song, whatever. I call it bird feed.
That's
That's 90% bird feed on the live feed. That's unwatchable, in my opinion.
I don't want to say what I'm about to say,
Say it anyway.
but what is the point of live feed if you can't hear anything? I don't want them to take away live feed.
No.
But what the problem is...
Switch to another fucking camera.
Yes.
And then that one's got bird feed.
This week, I watched an empty bedroom
Yeah.
with birdsong over the
Yeah.
top. Nobody was in the room. Why?
Where was everyone? Hiding from you.
Like, why are you showing me an empty bedroom with birdsong? But
bring back the quad cam.
Okay, so if people don't understand, I know these people probably do understand. But
These
birdsong,
people are loved listeners.
if our listeners don't understand, birdsong is for legal matters. And
talking about people from home.
Personal matters.
Whenever people go, oh, my boy's back home, you ain't going to hear shit for like 10 minutes.
Yeah. But that can't. This length of birdsong cannot be legal matters, family, implicated things which could get Big Brother in trouble. It just can't be. I think they're trying to cover up stories from the show.
Yeah.
And that's like,
exactly what I was going to say.
That's what Big Brother US does. They want to cover
like
who's won the competitions and stuff. But it's a live show, and the live feed should come first, as far as I'm concerned, before the edit. What do you think about that?
I agree, but they always do that stuff. But look at Fight Night. All right, Grandma.
Yes.
They didn't cover that shit up, did they? They had that shit coming out as it come out.
Yeah, but they cut it pretty
quick.
They cut it pretty quick. That's the first time back then Big Brother ever cut 24-hour live.
They cut it, but we got the general gist. We were like, shit.
We saw enough.
Like, things are smashing. Like, people are screaming.
Oh, and they cut away and you could still hear the sound.
That was some good shit. Yeah, right. That was good.
Who forgot to press the birdsong button during Fight Night?
I just heard like...
Yeah, you can hear the screaming and the crashing. We watched that recently. We've got a BB5 pod. You can go back and hear us react to that.
That was when Victor threw that platter.
The platter, yeah. And then someone was mentioning a knife, right?
Yeah.
Was that in the tabloids?
Victor did hold a knife to someone.
Stop! No, he didn't.
He did.
We should get him on to talk about it.
I'd love to have him on.
How many years later?
He's one of my favourite housemates ever, so I'm happy to.
Why isn't he on Late and Live? That would be a good booking.
Yeah. I actually do want to talk about Late and Live.
Let's talk about Late and Live. Let's go for it.
Briefly, I'm actually not watching it anymore because there's nothing of interest on it.
Yeah.
The guests they have on it are boring. They should have old housemates or characters, like someone said, Kim Woodburn and shit like that.
Yeah, it's fun. Get them on. Get Ashley
but
in.
It does feel like it's too like contained, or like we want to be nice about people. Fuck that! I don't want to watch that.
The audience tried to get Carrie out the other day in the show in Late and Live.
You did.
No, in Late and Live.
Oh, and then the other thing is they just show exclusives. It's just the same shit I'm missing the next day, so it just spoils the show for me. Show if they have like 4 or 5 clips that I'm never going to see again unless I tune into it. I'm there. I'm tuning in.
Yeah.
I'm fast forwarding other bits, but I'm tuning in. But no, it's just the same shit. What do you think? Come on, sit on that fence.
What I will say is I want more behind the scenes. That's what I've been saying. I want to know, like, how does the task team make the ant task? Like, who goes out to buy the shopping? Like, I want to know these stupid things about day-to-day Big Brother, and they're not showing it. They're almost pretending that the production team doesn't exist. Back in the day, like, the interesting thing of, like, BBLB was you'd see production talking about what it's like to, like, go in the Voice of God booth and, like,
that's good.
You know, get Will to voice
Talk
Big
to
Brother for a day.
Ian Symes.
Ian in the sweaty box. You can't get AJ to voice Big Brother because they didn't say know who it is. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel like they're not giving us enough. I don't really want to hear what these 3 panellists who I've never seen before.
They're the most boring people ever they have on the panel.
Can I just shout out Danny Beard off Drag Race? I know you didn't watch it, but Danny Beard.
I saw Danny Beard
was
on
an
there.
Excellent panellist and knew exactly what they were talking about when it came to the house.
Because some people still don't know the bloody names. Where's the cheat sheet?
I mean, come on. You're like, oh, smell this, and they can't tell that it's like things related to the show, like the smoothie or whatever. They were just like, what is that? Never heard of it.
They need to put some work into Late and Live. It ain't working.
AJ had a really good episode on the night that Yinrun was jailed.
Oh, yeah.
And the audience were really lively.
Yeah.
And I've got a bit of intel from Late and Live. So, oh no, not you yawning already. There's a long way to go.
I just need more drink.
As we know, Bots used to have a bar, right?
Yeah. Oh,
and Late and Live didn't have that. But Late and Live, whoever's running the audience has realised you need to give these people a bit of booze.
Good. Oh, good.
So now, Late and Live attendees get a can of wine, which they're allowed to have while they watch the show, and I think they show them from the studio.
How big is this can of wine? Like one of them teeny ones?
Probably one of those little ones.
I've had those. They don't do shit.
However,
nothing.
that audience on the Yinrun jailed episode were really lively, and AJ was feeding off it, and I think AJ is best off script. But where she stumbles a little bit is when she has to go from off script to on script. And I don't know if it's because the auto cue is tiny or what, but for me it's just like it's the improvements are coming bit by bit, but what I really miss, and I'm sorry I gotta go there again, is Ryland's passion for the show.
I thought you were going to say Russell Brand.
No. Ryland's passion and energy is unmatched, and he's also a very good live TV presenter.
I miss Ryland as well.
And Bots was just okay. I know that some of the regulars were a little bit suffocating, and perhaps part of the reason of like moving away from that format is to sort of cut that out. But the whole atmosphere and I felt like everything was more fun on it.
It was
like
more
it was
fun.
Jokey. So like Judge Ryland and shit like that. Ryland was good at acting up as the character, and I missed that side of it.
I always tuned into Bots, and I always tuned into Big Mouth, but this, I just thought, I actually don't want to watch this anymore because it ruins the show for me the next day. I like AJ, I like Will as well, which I didn't expect to say that. I like them both, but I think they're good presenting the main show. But I feel like Bots needs something different.
Bots wasn't Bots
different energy.
until Ryland got Bots, though. If you think back to the Alice Levine and who's that man?
Oh, God. George Lamb.
No, that's the other guy, Jamie East.
Oh!
Like, Jamie East was all right, but Alice Levine
Jamie East was sort of funny, but the biggest cunt ever. And that, am I wrong? No one on the planet would disagree with that statement. The way he was about live feed when it got...
Oh, yeah, he took the piss out of us for wanting it.
He was like taking the piss out of us.
Pink Casino, I'll eat my table. Not Pink Casino. What's that called? Casino Live on Channel 5.
Bloody no.
But anyway, yeah, I feel like Bots didn't become Bots until Ryland really had hold of it. And I missed that.
You done Ryland dirty, Big Brother. You done
just
him
a
dirty.
bit.
And he's still watching it. I've seen tweets from him.
Ryland now owns the Big Brother 5 diary room chair, which
Does
Alfie shared was on eBay.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and Ryland bought it.
Oh.
And Alfie tagged Ryland in it, and he bought it for himself.
Ryland's starting a Big Brother museum by the sounds of things. Maybe Ryland will get on it again one day.
I'd like that to happen, but I don't know.
We could petition for it. Maybe not. So the other things I want to talk about oh no, I've not even gotten to the episodes yet, is have we got any of that wine left, by the way?
Yeah, we've got loads
the
of that
live
wine.
feed.
Do you want some more wine?
Yeah, why not?
That'll help
Why
things,
not?
won't it?
Yeah, I think that's going to make it better. Two people who have been pissing me off on the live feed, Chanel and Jenkin.
Oh, they sit in their little moan corner, don't they? The moan zone's back.
It is. Chanel said, I don't care. Oh, fuck.
Go for it.
I can't do it.
You can. You almost did it.
I don't care. Oh, fuck. Hold on. My dad's Welsh. I don't care if I go. It's like Groundhog Day every day in here.
Oh, they say I love won't pay the bills. Right?
I've experienced enough, and I won't even watch it on telly if I go home.
Is that what she said?
Yeah.
Can you imagine leaving Big Brother and not watching Big Brother?
Fuck you! You've experienced enough.
Wait, not even leaving Big Brother. Can you imagine not watching Big Brother?
I've experienced enough. I thought, well, fuck you. Plenty of people would tear their arm off to be in there.
Say arse off.
And also, Jenkins said the same thing.
Did he?
It was Jenkins who said, I don't care if I go home now. I've experienced enough. That's what he said.
That's ridiculous. That is ridiculous.
Jenkins has been miserable since day fucking one.
Do you know what?
These provincial Welsh people, no offence to our Welsh listeners, my dad's Welsh.
Disclaimer.
But, like, they want to go back home to, like, fucking their boring little villages that they live in, presumably, I don't know. And do what?
They have got cities and towns as well.
Actually, I went to Cardiff. It was lovely.
I've not been to Cardiff.
It
I'd
was
like to go, actually.
Cardiff Castle. Fantastic venue.
I thought that wasn't in Cardiff.
It is. That's where I saw The Killers. It was so good.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, these backwater places in Wales that I've been many, many times. Yeah, both of them going. They've had enough. And if someone said that to me, I'd be like, right, I'm nominating you next week. I think they were hinting to be nominated.
Yeah, but they only say it amongst themselves, right?
But what do you think about that?
No, I think it's apparently 30,000 people applied. That doesn't seem like many, but like a lot of people want to get in the Big Brother house, so you need to go in there and appreciate every minute of it.
30,000 actually doesn't sound like that many.
No, it's not.
No.
100,000 applied to go to the launch.
Yeah, right.
But
the other thing was Paul, I've noticed on the live feed. He's always trying to talk like he's some new man who's like trying to convince himself that
is like...
my mental health, I used to be a bit of a slag, but now, like, I'm really concerned about my mental health, and I've got a girlfriend, and, I care about, blah, blah, blah. Bitch, you don't care about nothing.
To be fair, Paul's deep conversations would make you want to self-evict, wouldn't they?
It's like trying trying to convince himself that he's like,
deep,
a normal person. No,
and has something moving to say about the male, like male.
He was experience.
Experience, yes, that was the word I was looking for.
They cut it off. He was saying like, oh, everyone at my previous work hated me, and they told me you've either got to leave or we're going to sack you next week.
Why did they hate him?
Because I'm young. They hate me because I'm young. Yeah,
oh.
You're right. They hate you because you're
Where
young.
was he working?
Yeah, in an office.
They'd love that.
In an office, he said, which is the most shocking part to me.
What the fuck?
As if you'd have him in an office.
Also, old people love working with younger people because they can coo over them.
Yeah. Anyway, I just feel like he's always trying to like put on a performance of what he thinks of what he thinks people want to hear from. All that lot in the garden, him, Chanel, Jenkin, and that Tom, that little fucking shit stirrer as well. They always sat out there bitching about everyone, and I'm tired of it. Show me Jordan, Henry, Trish, and Yinrun, and Matty if you like.
No, I don't want Matty's dirty in the waters over there.
I don't want to see these outdoor
Matty.
people. They're boring the arse off me.
Yeah, you're right.
Olivia, yeah.
Also,
Kerry,
how are they managing to sit outdoors? Like, is it that bench got to be heated? Surely. It's cold, getting cold out there. Well, I didn't sit on the bench, and it wasn't at night.
I don't know.
When I went, it was still hot. It was still October, summer.
Those are the main things that have been annoying me on the live feed. Any thoughts on the live feed for you?
I just sort of like, I don't write notes for the live feed. I just have it on in the background. I like it. I like it sort of like, I've let myself not be pressured to watch every second of live feed.
Well,
just
no,
let it
you
run.
can't.
Just let it run and come in and out. If you catch it, you catch it. If you don't, you don't. Do you know what I mean?
Also, go to bed and don't stay up for that live feed. It's too late.
Where are we starting from?
Get Kerry out.
After the eviction. Olivia thinks she heard Get Olivia out as well. And Kerry thinks it's the Zach fans that have been booing her. Zach, you've got a lot of friends and family out there, I think it was Zach fans. Because I've been very vocal about him going this week, I'm a big supporter of Henry.
Keep telling yourself that.
I've written, so Kerry goes to the diary room afterwards. We're going back a week now.
It is what it is.
Upset, dishevelled. Did you feel sorry for Kerry? Because I did.
No, I didn't then.
No?
No, then I didn't. But a couple of days later, I started warming to her a bit.
Is Big Brother caring enough? Do we hear Big Brother be supportive enough?
I feel like Big Brother doesn't talk to them anymore. They never ask them anything. Like, when Matty was in there and he was sort of like umming and ahhing about Jordan, I was like, ask him, how do you feel about Jordan? And I feel like Big Brother doesn't have a conversation with them anymore.
Somebody said to me, the caring side of Big Brother is gone. Big Brother so when Yinrun was upset, Big Brother is always here for you, is something that Big Brother would say to an upset housemate, and we've never heard it. Is it the problem of the computerized
having
Big
to
Brother
dub
voice?
that fucking voice on?
Get rid of the voice. We want the old Big Brother voice
They
back.
normally have a conversation with them and like blah blah blah, yeah, but don't you think, when they're going there spiraling, they're like, yeah, but blah blah blah, whatever.
And could you talk to your fellow housemates about this?
But I feel like Big Brother has not had a conversation with anyone.
No.
It's more like US Big Brother than actual Big Brother. I don't like that. Big Brother's lost his humanity.
I was starting to feel sorry for Kerry quite early.
I just want to say, a lot of people are now saying they like Olivia. I just want to fucking say,
It's time to nominate 2 people, not just one. Why has that been in my head all week?
I liked Olivia from day one.
Oh, early adopter over here.
Yeah, first.
I heard you saying,
merchant.
no task, get her out.
No, I did not. I liked Olivia from the start. People were like, get Olivia out. Olivia's entertaining. She's funny. She fucking says whatever the fuck she thinks, and she's rude.
My favourite thing is her bad singing.
Yeah,
that is great.
The
I
singing
like it.
is annoying. She literally is what she is, and I appreciate that. She's
done her time. Just let her out.
She's not putting on any airs and graces whatsoever. She's just there doing her thing, I appreciate that.
I really like her accent too.
Yeah,
I like the way her voice sounds.
I love a Scottish accent.
Trish versus Dylan, sausage sandwich gate. Let's go.
Oh no, not the sausage sandwich. I like a sausage sandwich, to be honest.
What do you think? Dylan said, "Okay, I'm putting chicken in. If you're having a sausage sandwich, I'm not putting any chicken in for you." What was the implication here, Judge Lindsay?
Dylan controls the kitchen.
Was Dylan saying, because he turned this around later, I wasn't saying you can't have chicken if you're having a sausage sandwich. What I was saying was, I'll simply keep the chicken for you for later. Was Dylan saying that, or did Dylan create a story later on?
I don't know.
Are you watching this show or what?
Yeah. I've written, Dylan is controlling the kitchen, but Trish should pipe down, though. He is shouting a bit. Look, what I say to you is, has anyone who controlled the kitchen ever won on Big Brother? No. They always go out.
Gone early? Yes.
Yeah, they always go out. I say sort of 6th, 5th, 6th. Actually, Vinnie Jones did make it till final two. But
same shit every week.
There by the grace of God. Look, Vinnie Jones, Pauline, Carol. Who else has controlled that kitchen? Goss. Oh, God. Those are the main contenders that I can think
that we can remember.
It's too much.
This is the thing. It's that I think for the cook, for the person who is cooking, they feel like they're providing for the house and they feel like they should be appreciated.
But no one fucking asked them to cook.
Yeah, that's the problem.
This is the thing. It reminds me of my stepdad. He's actually not my stepdad, but he like cooks something. He wants you to fucking bend down and fucking kiss his ass for like cooking something. It's like, I didn't even want this in the first place.
Well, what Olivia said...
It's annoying.
On the live feed, she said the thing with the cooking is you feel that you're expected to like eat it and also enjoy it.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of pressure on the other housemates to like go with the routine set by somebody else. Mm-hmm. However, what I'm going to say, and I think that, I don't know if this was in the show, this scene with the whole sausage sandwich of chicken gate happened immediately after Zach was evicted. Dylan was actually close to Zach.
Yeah, right. So he was flustered.
The funniest thing for me was the house during the eviction smelling like roasting chicken the whole time? Or did Dylan immediately, as Zach went out the door, was like, right, get that chicken in the oven?
After the eviction, they all seem to be cooking.
Because they probably have to sit there for ages waiting.
Right, okay.
So anyway, Zach goes, chicken on, but Dylan is bothered by Zach going, so he's actually a bit upset, and from his girlfriend and discussion that I've had, she's said exactly the same thing. He would have been upset that Zach was leaving, and that's why he exhibited that sort of like spiky behaviour.
Well, that's the exact same way he was tonight, freaking out about food, but he was obviously worried about going.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
That's quite a man thing to do as well, don't you think? Like, shift your emotions from the thing I'm actually bothered about to this other irrelevant thing.
Yeah.
But Olivia was the one person in a discussion on the sofas with Kerry and maybe one other person, I don't know who it was, about this. She was like, you know, he's just lost Zach, and this isn't about food actually. And then Kerry was like, instead of processing that, was like, well, I'm gonna make everyone cheese toasties tomorrow. I'm like, fuck him, I'm gonna like get in the kitchen.
Yeah, I've written this. Olivia has sussed that the row wasn't about that.
See? Olivia's actually emotionally intelligent. I didn't see that coming.
I'm not surprised. Team Olivia. I wonder what her odds are. Your bet on Hallie's gone out the window.
£5 down the drain. My first unsuccessful bet in the bag. Thanks, Hallie. Come on the pod.
So the next thing I had on the topic list was Jordan talking about cottaging, which is engaging with your fellow countrymen in a lavatory. What do you think about that?
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh?
I'll tell you what I think about that.
Oh God. What's happening?
So, if you go to Crystal Palace Sainsbury's, right, there's some toilets outside, public toilets, and they look very much like a cottage. So I see where this term comes from. It's like a sort of little house type building with a slanty roof, you know, proper cottage looking. Normally when you go to a Sainsbury's, in my experience anyway, they've got an internal toilet. Nobody's messing around in the Sainsbury's internal toilets from what I've ever seen.
Do you mean a cubicle?
I just mean like
one inside
toilets inside the shop.
Oh, okay.
People aren't cottaging in the supermarket, are they?
I should hope not.
Me too.
There's kids in there, you know.
But you know what I'm like with my bladder?
Oh God, yeah, same.
So during lockdown times, like our like little bit of exercise was like walk to Crystal Palace, go to the garden centre, go to Sainsbury's, pick up some stuff. Of course I needed a wee. So into the toilets I go. They stink to high heaven for a start. They're like from the They're probably like from the 70s, like brown tile floor to ceiling. Yeah. Flies, the smell.
Oh God.
And there's always, this is a common thing in the men's bathrooms actually, not in the supermarket, but like in like train stations as well. That one person that is standing at the urinal for too long. And you're like, Mate.
Oh, no.
I know you're not there peeing.
Oh, no.
So I went into the toilet.
Oh, no.
And there's this one guy in the corner.
Finally, I feel happy to be a woman.
Woman. There's this one guy in the corner there, and I'm like, he's not peeing because you can't hear the pee. And then I realised he's like, you know, pleasuring himself, and I'm there like trying to pee. And like, it's bad enough trying to.
Went to pee. I'd run.
It's bad enough trying to pee when there's someone in the urinal next to you, let alone when you know they're having a hand shandy in the corner.
Didn't you leave? Why are you?
I needed the wee.
I don't care. That is not. Okay.
So I'm there like, I need to pee, but I can't do it with this. There's just too much going on. It stinks. There's flies.
Why have you never told me this story before?
Because it's horrible. And so I decided to go into the cubicle. Big mistake. The cubicle was disgusting.
Was it like train spy?
Never mind piss on the seat. Everything was all over everywhere.
Oh.
So, but I really needed the wee, so I had to like pee through the toilet seat and try and not look at the shit and try to not like retch. Like I wanted to vomit. And there's a man in the corner having a wank. It's just so bad.
This is insane.
So it's not. It's outside of Sainsbury's. It's a public toilet in Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is a well-to-do area.
Is it?
Yes.
I thought it was a bit of a shithole.
No, it's nice. Don't go in those toilets outside Crystal Palace, men. Unless you want to go cottaging in a dirty toilet and that's your thing. In which case, fine, knock yourself out. But like, people just want to go to the toilet in peace.
Well, you say that, but my friend Lee went to the toilet in Brighton and some guy was like coming on to him.
Yeah.
And Lee was like,
all right then.
Still got it. No, he didn't do anything. But he was saying to me, oh, I've still got it. I was like, so you never know.
Does Lee think the men in the toilet have got any standards?
Yeah, I know. It's funny, isn't it? Let's go outside. I know you want to, but you can't say yeah. It's funny, isn't it? But I feel like that's something so specific to gay men. I feel like that doesn't really happen in straight culture.
Do you know what I think it is, though? Well, I'm not sure, but I feel like a lot of people engaging in that might be the closeted people that maybe got a wife back home.
Oh, okay, right.
Because obviously it stems from a time when gay men were living under oppression and the only place to get your kicks was in a public toilet because you weren't going to get disturbed there. And I get that, but let's leave that in the past, lads, all right?
The only thing comparable to it I can think from straight culture is dogging. Which is also...
Tom's compared it to dogging. Isn't that where you go in a car park?
Yeah, and you like flash your lights and you have sex like on the bonnet and people come over and have sex with your wife or whatever.
Right.
That's similar,
crazy,
isn't it?
That is a real thing.
Can you believe it? Like, imagine. No.
Yuck.
Just no.
Cold, if anything.
This is just people who are just depraved, basically. Gay or straight.
There's plenty of people who want to have sex in their own homes and there's plenty of apps you can access it, so why?
I like to have sex in my own home or someone else's.
Exactly. Or,
not in a toilet.
A hotel setting
could
do,
That's fine as well. Can be nice.
But anyway, yeah, that's my story.
Okay. That was a good story. That was a good story. I like that. So then we had a house meeting, which I think was put on by
Big Brother. Put on by Big Brother, yes.
And it was about issues affecting the house, and we were given different topics.
Did they, go on, including what?
Food.
Did they do Trish dirty by making her the chair?
Maybe.
Trish gets a lot of good roles in these tasks. She was a bigwig. She was the chair of the house meeting. Do you know what that means? Good TV. Keep her in.
Well, she's in, so hopefully she won't be up next week.
Kerry wants to split the shopping budget for personal treats. You get like £5 each or something. Sweets.
What?
Sweets.
What are you going to get with that?
Sweets. Sweet. I'm going to start calling you sweet all the time.
No, please don't. We had a question about realness and being authentic. Jordan doesn't want to be told to smile more. Well,
I will do the opposite of what I'm told to do.
Is that your Jordan impression?
Oh
no, that's Paul.
Paul.
Oh yeah, consideration at bedtime was this. He stays up until 3 a.m.
Oh, were you talking about Jordan? I was going to Paul.
Yeah.
Sorry, what did Jordan say?
Jordan doesn't want to be told to smile. Well, try being
This is
a woman.
my face. This is, I don't want... This is how I am. I don't want to smile.
Now, what's your thoughts on these people who want to go to bed early on Big Brother? These people want to stay up. I have
You've come to Big Brother. You came here to sleep. You know where you are.
I have mixed feelings about it, because, shouldn't you be allowed to enjoy yourself in Big Brother? But then at the same time,
if I
was trying to sleep, I'd be pissed off. But then also, like, go and sleep at home if you want to sleep so much.
No, well, come on. Trisha's like, I've got a child. That's like what my routine revolves around. I thought here I was actually going to get some sleep.
Yeah.
You know where you are.
Yeah.
You've come here, like, You complain about the sleep. You're here till 4 a.m. If I want to stay up to 4 a.m., stay up to 4 a.m. Sorry, Scousers. But
no wonder he spat on that screen. So much phlegm building up.
I think you have to give people the respect around their sleep. Come on, no. Don't you defend Paul, because
don't you point that fucking finger at me.
2 fingers, actually.
Oh my god!
Remember, I told you.
Pow, pow, pow.
If someone has gone to bed, like, you got to respect. You can't go in there climbing around, pulling people's sleep. No,
come on. It's just a bit.
You
of fun.
would be fuming.
Fumigating.
You'd be fumigating right now.
Yeah, I would, but I'd protect my earplugs and my eye mask, so hopefully I wouldn't be able to hear.
Do you think you're allowed the earplugs? You should
I've
be.
seen people with earplugs and eye masks.
Does that work?
Slightly. Half, I'd say. Half it works. Because when Towie comes in the morning, I still hear him.
Oh, he's got that jingly, but... Oh, with ear...
He has got jingly.
You wear earplugs to sleep?
I wear earplugs to sleep. Me and Jack both do.
Oh, interesting.
Because, yeah, I actually have to now. Like, I find it unsettling not to.
I need the white noise.
Oh, I hate the white noise.
My air purifier does the white noise, but it's got a bit loud. It's like...
Oh, no. That's like going to sleep with a lawnmower going off. Fuck that.
You wouldn't like it, sweets.
No, I don't trust that.
Henry had his first hot tub.
Oh, yeah.
He was really enjoying that. I was like, look, I've got to have my... Before I... Wait, did he survive eviction? Yeah. After the eviction. It's like, look, I've stayed. I need to enjoy the hot tub. But Yinrun invaded that hot tub. She
said, please don't boil us.
I feel like you're cooking me, she said. And she was like, I really liked the way she was doing the hand water gun. She was spraying water out of her hands. I want to learn how to do that.
That's good. You could learn how to do that.
Yinrun, teach me your ways, sweets.
Tom said, there are weeks that I don't speak to anyone except for talking to my mates on the Xbox. Oh, grow up. How old are you?
God, that explains why he's so interesting, doesn't it?
He's a teenager.
Is he?
And saying...
Is he a teenager?
He's 20 or something. And saying men are told to man up.
Oh, the struggle of the men, you know. I'm telling us to man up all the time, like...
Oh, you know, it's International Men's Day coming up. And, you know, we're very affected by... Shut up. Try being a woman for one day. Fuck off.
Selfish behaviour over alcohol in the storeroom. Have you noticed this? When they get an alcohol delivery, they just go in and they grab it. Where's the order? Wouldn't you expect it to be like, okay, we've got 5 cans, stand around. This is yours, this is yours, this is yours.
I would expect that, yeah, but expect the unexpected, I guess. Baked potato in your pocket, who knows?
Even Matty was grabbing the booze and Paul was hiding it down his pants.
We've heard that Matty is a bit of a scoffer.
What about the consideration from the house meeting?
Gone. Already.
Gone.
The final thing I've got written is Trish is in bed with a Tory. Trish is in bed with a Tory.
What do you mean? Are you done on your notes?
That was it.
Bloody hell, I'm not.
I've been keeping my notes short and sweet.
Jordan thinks that Noki is fake after she cried over Zach's eviction at the house meeting.
I mean, Noki is fake.
In the diary, he said, it's as if she pressed a button and the waterworks started. We had some tea and some tea was spilt, as the saying goes, said Jordan. Jordan said to Trish, what do you think about this? Our village is very strong.
Oh.
They keep talking about villages. It's just a sort of code for alliance, isn't it? Other villages was the thing they were talking about. The other villages being like Jenkin and Chanel. Is that okay? Is that potentially borderline breach of the rules?
I don't know, because you never know. Because anytime you kind of mention someone and go, oh, so-and-so's pissing me off, isn't that sort of saying, I'm going to put them up for nomination?
Eviction.
I'm going to nominate.
You said up for nomination. I said up for nomination last week.
I don't give a fuck about up for nomination myself. I know people get their ants in their pants about it, but do you know what?
Ants in your pants?
I'm a grown-up.
That brings us on to this week's task.
I'm a grown-up and I don't actually care about that shit, so whatevs.
I think the villages are Jenkins, Chanel and Tom, Hallie, Olivia and Kerry, and Paul to an extent, and Noki and Dylan are the floaters. What's this about a pirate moving towards Jordan's village? What? Matty, it must mean. Matty is moving
looks like
towards...
a pirate.
Did he call them a pirate?
Yeah.
Did they call him a pirate?
Yeah.
Dylan is worried that he inserted himself into the role of cook. He did.
He did.
Hallie is happy about it because she can't cook for shit. Making music in the house. God, I've got loads of notes.
Oh, yeah, they were doing, like, you know, beatboxing and shit.
Didn't Dylan go, is that music? And got up and ran inside.
That was so annoying.
I liked it. Chanel thinks moving from a controlled environment to absolute chaos in half an hour with everyone cooking their own meals is best for the house. get what I'm saying?
No.
She thinks that people should like move to doing their own food.
No, it's never going to work.
Jordan and Matty are cushion flirting, and Henry is walking away.
Now, what do you think about this? 'Cause I feel like they're always trying to, like, you know, show Jordan and Matty flirting and showing Henry, like, they could be editing that shit. Because do you actually see that shit happen on live feed? I think just anytime Henry's like biting his lip or something, they just edit that shit.
You've changed, because last week you thought that it was real when Henry was being like looking over.
I don't know. I think they've been doing a lot of it, and I'm not so sure, because when they were doing the kiss cam, Jordan looked like aroused when Matty was doing the kissing, but then when Henry did it, he looked aroused also.
Yeah, because Henry looks great on camera, as Jordan said.
His lips. Mwah.
This storyline is slightly irritating me a little bit.
I'm over it.
I think Jordan's playing the both of them,
and
I'm not sure about it.
I don't think it's making Jordan look that good, to be honest.
I think it's not a good look for him too.
No.
I think that what he wants is for Matty to be jealous about Henry and Henry to be jealous about Matty. And the way he's acting with Matty is very like cold. He's like suggestive, but it never reaches a conclusion.
No.
He never says how he feels. He always acts like it's Matty's problem, as if Matty's creating it. But actually, it's all coming from Jordan, I feel.
I'm sure Matty could live without the on-screen drama. Do you know what I mean?
You'd think so.
Yeah. I just feel like Matty needs to be a bit more forthright in saying, like, I'm not interested.
Well...
But then last night, he was like, oh, what did you say? It did seem sort of interested, do you know what I mean? When he come back at the hallway and that, I was like, what did he say?
Oh no, maybe he's been worn down. But at the end of this episode, Matty and Jordan were in the garden, and Matty, was it the garden or the bedroom? The bedroom, I think. Matty was asking Jordan if he wants to have a serious conversation. It felt like Matty actually wanted to kind of maybe put it to bed or discuss it.
Yeah.
And Jordan said he will never have that conversation. He said it's part of the fun. And Matty was like, what about tomorrow? But Jordan said, anyway, I've got other stuff to do tomorrow. I'm really busy tomorrow.
Like when Chris didn't have time to talk to... I forgot what his name was.
Pav? I don't know.
Yeah, Pav. Pointless Pav. Sorry, I haven't got time to talk to fucking hell.
And he's like, he patted him on the shoulder. He's like, so get to bed, night. Yeah. It's quite patronising.
Jordan is so repressed. I mean, we'll come to it, but the way he was talking about his dad dying, I mean, I know it was funny, but that's serious repression right there. Whatever way you look at it. I mean, it just is.
I think Jordan's a little bit manipulative.
Yeah, Jordan...
I think Jordan might be on a spectrum of sorts.
Jordan is a good character, but the way he acts about certain things, he does piss me off. He is very funny, don't get me wrong, but...
I like the dry humour.
But sometimes I just think you're a little bit of a shit.
Oh, he's a massive bit of shit. Yeah.
But I think some people can't see any wrong in him. But
because people love him.
I love him too.
No, but some people are enamoured.
Yeah, but sometimes I'm like, nah.
Here's the example. After saying to Matty, after Matty said, shall we have this conversation?
Yeah.
He rejects it and he says, tomorrow I can't possibly. What did he do immediately after?
Went and cuddled Henry.
Yes.
And I did not look at my notes.
Exactly.
I just guessed it.
Exactly.
That's what he always does.
But to be fair, Henry was on Jordan's bed. And that's when Henry moved into Trisha's bed, and it was Trisha's in bed with the Tory.
We got the context there.
But then at the end was I think Matty was doing the love heart hands across the room to Jordan, and Jordan responded with the middle finger.
Not the love heart hands.
The love heart hands.
I'd rather get the middle finger than the love heart hands. I would.
Right, I need a wee, so we need to
let's
have a break,
please. No, we've done 50 minutes non-stop.
Jesus.
DRB.
We've got to get through this. We've got to get through this.
Oh my God. We've got so much to get through in so little time.
Ants task, is it?
Did you like the ants task? Did you like the ants puns?
Oh, I thought they were the antithesis of good puns. Does that mean they're bad?
Yeah. Oh, look at it. We just turned on the live feed and we can see Dylan.
He's got his snazzy... That's a snazzy leg. I like that one. I haven't seen that one. Must be his eviction leg.
Probably his disco light leg.
No, it's not. It's different.
Ah, well, good for him, but still, go away. So the ant thing was they split people into 2 teams, and what did they have to do? Protect their egg or something? I wasn't really interested in that.
Okay, the first part of the task was to protect the eggs, so catch the eggs from the shoot and protect them in the nests all night long. And whoever got the most eggs was supposed to get an advantage in the end game, which was the puzzle. I didn't see the advantage come into play, did you?
No, I don't even remember the puzzle.
I think Big Brother forgot about this whole point of the task that they created. However, I really liked the way they'd done up the house. I thought the costumes were great, the crowns were really elaborate, the leafy bits everywhere was cool.
Yeah, I like the thrones or whatever.
I like that Big Brother was now Bug Brother, and the only way the housemates could walk was along ant trails. I thought that was very clever.
That was good, yeah. Yeah, the task design has been top notch.
But show us how they did it on Late and Live, Big Brother.
Yeah, why not? There was some sexism kerfuffle here.
There was.
I wasn't following this very well.
Oh, God, I needed you.
Can you tell me?
So, when they had to pick the teams...
Oh,
they had
stronger.
to elect their queens. Was that chosen by the house? I think so.
Yeah, but it could have been a man or a woman, but women were chosen.
Yes, it could have been. You're right. Big Brother did say that. And then the queens had to choose their own teams, right? And Chanel came under fire for saying she wanted the men. Is it because they're stronger? Is that what she said?
Yeah.
And then Trish made a comment, which I think was a joke, that she was being sexist. But she really came under fire for raising the topic and painting Chanel as sexist.
Oh, I feel you, Trish. I've been calling out people for being sexist for many years now, and it doesn't get you very far. I mean, men are stronger. That's just a fact.
A biological fact, I think. It was said, yes.
But Chanel's just a bitch, and Trish is great, so whatever.
Okay. How do you feel about the fact they can only eat sugary food? That would wind me up.
I like that. That was like me last night on that edible. I ate so much sugary food.
They had trifle, they got carrot cake, they got blancmange, they got toffee apples.
Good for them.
All
I
of
bet
it.
They enjoyed it.
Henry was worried about contracting type 2 diabetes, he said later on.
I was worried about that last night as well, so I understand.
Jordan hates Matty so much for making him twerk, or trying to make him twerk.
This was when Big Brother called him Matty and was asking about Jordan, but then didn't really ask him how he felt about the situation. It was annoying.
What did he ask? Nothing?
He just said... Matty said, I know Jordan has feelings for me.
Right.
But then I put, but what does Matty think? ? Because Big Brother failed to ask him.
Right.
Stupid.
Matty and Jordan had a serious conversation. Did they? Jordan suggests that they sit opposite sides when they're together in their group, aka the village, with Trish and Yinrun. So basically, you've got to have Matty over there, Jordan over here, and everyone else in the middle to separate them. Is that a good solution to this problem?
Gotta keep us separated.
What is that?
The offspring.
Matty said he doesn't want to treat Jordan differently, but Jordan is going to stop touching people. Maybe not Henry though, because he's my husband.
When it suits him.
Yeah, oh yeah, he said Matty said Jordan is starting to have a romantic feeling, and he thinks that his physical touch is what's confusing Jordan. Is that the case? Is Matty's touch confusing him? He's actually caused this, or has Jordan created this in his own mind?
Victim blame. I mean, is Matty stroking him that much? I don't think so.
I've seen Yinrun accidentally stroke Matty, so...
True. Oh, I don't think Matty's done anything wrong. I think Jordan's just infatuated with him, and that's that. Paul whining and acting slightly aggressive. Pissed off because he can't have his shirt off. Oh, the ant thing.
That's exactly what I said. So, okay, let's talk about this. This is the beginning of the Noki, Olivia, Paul confrontation, which rumbled on for a few days. People were saying Paul's just tired. I think you're exactly right. Paul felt stupid that he had to wear the ant costume, and he also was pissed off because if you notice, his default setting is topless, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because he's trying to advertise OnlyFans, and now he has to wear an ant costume, and that's not a good look for your OnlyFans unless it's a very niche audience. That ant porn audience. I don't think it's a big seller.
There's something for everyone. Eventually.
Is that where we're going to now? Okay, I don't know where I am in the notes.
I don't know. The next thing I've got is Henry went on a school trip to Costa Rica, but I only went to the sewage works.
Yeah, I know you went to that sewage works. You told me that before. Wait. Let's take this
back. A school trip to at least Alton Towers, let alone Costa Rica.
What was your furthest school trip?
We did go to France, Normandy. We went to and see the Bayeux Tapestry.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah,
I've never seen that in real life.
it goes on forever.
I went to... does it? Is it really,
oh,
really long?
God. When you're a kid and you're a teenager and you're like walking around that, it's like, oh, God, when will it end? It's like a comic strip that never ends.
I think that's cool.
It was cool. Looking back now, yeah, it was cool. But at the time, I couldn't give a shit.
Boring.
Yeah.
I went to Moscow and St. Petersburg.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that was a good one. Oh, for
Oops.
fuck's sake.
Shut up. That's what happens when you have a donut cushion as your recording
And
studio.
2 bottles of Prosecco.
And the rest.
And I went to Germany and Poland as well. History trips.
Fuck?
Yeah, I know.
God, how
Not Costa Rica, though.
No. God, wow. I went to the chocolate factory. And I went to the black... Not the Black History Museum. The black... What's it called? Where it's like ye oldie times. And you like... There's like...
Oh...
People
Victorian days.
Yeah, like that.
Where they pretend and you go
it's
to like
a street
the
that
Victorian
you go down.
school.
Yeah, and there's like a chimney sweep and shit like that.
Do you have to pretend to go to a Victorian lesson?
Yeah, there's like desks, like the old
right on the
desks.
slate.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had that.
That was kind of cool. Black Country Museum or something.
Is
I
it?
don't know. I don't know.
I feel like there's a few of those.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but that was kind of cool.
We were
actually.
like given a name of like a real person, and we had to go and find our own gravestone. That's fucked up. No wonder I've got
God,
issues.
no wonder. What the fuck? No. Hold on, there's no one with your name on a gravestone, surely.
No, like you were given the name of someone. Like you were playing. This was your name in the world, and then you had to go and locate the gravestone in the churchyard.
That's
and
weird.
The wicked Victorian teacher picked me out to do a maths sum, and I. What do you think?
The subtitle on the screen says, "Do you find it weird there's been 2 weeks since crisps?"
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, they wanted me to do the maths sum, and I couldn't do it because I wasn't good at maths, and they took me out to give me the cane.
Hold on, no. You're not old enough to get the cane.
No, they just whacked it on the desk, but I was still scared.
Oh my God.
A harrowing experience, just like cleaning the poo off the toilet in the Big Brother house.
Costa Rica was nice, though. Trish had her whole dad dying anniversary spiel. That was sweet.
I'm not keeping up with you. You are steaming ahead. I don't know what's going on.
I'm
at the prejudice section. Even queens can be prejudiced. Chanel's telling Trish not to bring feminism into it. What about the endurance task? They had to hold up this fruit and food pieces above their heads. Do you remember that?
That was not this week.
Yes, it was. There's the ants.
God.
Do you like that endurance element coming into BBUK?
It's okay, yeah. We're not good at endurance, though. Oh, no. Carry on.
Go on.
No,
Keep it moving. I'll catch up with you.
The only other thing I've got is someone said, "How are you, Olivia?" And she said, "Shite." And then Olivia Inoki wanted an apology off Paul.
Paul was popping off. Is it, everyone's being too serious? We're all dressed as ants. What I didn't like was this, "So you think I'm a dickhead? Fuck off." He said that in Noki's face. It was aggressive.
I said it was rather aggressive.
Wait, what about this sauce where they had to sniff things? Come on, do you not even remember this?
Oh, I didn't even write that down. No.
Spoiled milk.
Because it kind of made me feel slightly sick.
Horse manure.
I can't deal with things like
Where
that.
does Big Brother get cow's urine from? They got a like connection with a farmer.
Must do. I can't deal with things like that, so you'll have to.
One of the things they had to smell was a smelly sock. Do you think that's actually like a Big Brother workman sock, or do you think they just like put some cheese on a sock?
A wank sock.
Were they?
Yeah, on Twitter.
Filth.
And then Kerry thought cat food was
roast chicken. The cat food is one of my worst smells. You know
it's
that.
not great. You know, when I give Towie a really strong one, it's fucking horrible.
Also, before that, what about when Kerry needed to go to the toilet and Yinrun tried to steal her eggs? Remember the scene?
I wasn't really paying that much attention this time.
What's
I
wrong
thought
with
it was
you?
boring.
You watched this when you came home from a night out. That's the problem.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Should have let me leave
I watched
this
this
shit.
at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Fuck's sake.
Yeah, that was the night.
You running
I went
through
out.
it when I've got all the good details.
Well, you tell
Kerry's
us
like,
what's
I need
so
a
great.
wee. And they're like, she's like, Jenkins! Jenkins! Yeah. And they're like, no, don't get it. Don't get anyone. And Yinrun comes out. She's like, oh, Yinrun, sweet. Yinrun, can you get some for the blue team? And Yinrun just walks up to her like, and then she's like, oh yeah, it's fine. You can go. I'll steal your eggs. And then she's like, listen to the water. 1 egg for a healthy bladder. Is that offensive?
That's good. No, that's good. That's spot on.
I thought twisted Yinrun, splishing the water around so Kerry needs a wee, so she has to leave the egg.
Do you think Yinrun has a calculated side?
No. Oh, yeah,
what
from
about
that.
when she was crying in the jail?
Look, we'll come to that.
Okay.
Because I've got thoughts about that.
I'm going to be asleep by the time
so many people think that that's a fake reaction.
Yeah.
I do not think that's a fake reaction.
You're biased, then.
Am I? Kerry is trying to do anything she can to get the people on side. Paul doesn't want to say sorry to Olivia and Noki because it will make them think that they're in the right. Always in the right. Henry is good apart from developing type 2 diabetes.
Him and me both.
I got really busy looking up the pissy clip here because there was cow urine in the task. Trisha's upset because it's her dad's birthday. She wanted it to be a good day, but it's backfired. Noki is a bit of a walking quote book, I've said.
She's a bit like Zach, actually, motivational speaker
like
type.
What's the real Noki?
Who are you?
Who are you?
Who are you? She's just like, oh, well, you know, from my blah, 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 Miss Universe, blah. And I always think like, oh, by the time I get to this age, I should do this. Shut up. Annoying. If she was in my friendship group, I'd just think, oh, you're just...
She would not be in your friendship group, let's be honest. Come on. Olivia thinks she and Noki are owed an apology by Paul. He's just tired. He's having an off day. So this is Olivia demonstrating emotional intelligence again. He's just tired. He's having an off day. I'm not going to change my opinion.
She fancies him, that's why.
Paul thinks Noki was taking the piss out of him. Fragile masculinity. A most successful tweet, apart from the one about Hallie, was me saying I looked up the definition of fragile masculinity and put the picture of Paul in the ant costume because that's what it was, right?
Well done, you.
Thanks.
I'm happy for you.
Happy for them. He's trying to poison Jenkins' outlook. This was a problem I had. He was sitting there telling Jenkins how unreasonable Noki was being for expecting an apology out of him when he was the one who was acting like a complete knobhead.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. I wasn't paying attention to this episode. I admit.
Gathered that much.
Sorry, I've been out enjoying myself.
Right. Okay, next day, day 2 of the ant task.
Tom was asking Henry, have you ever slept with a woman? And Henry said no. And Tom said, no one's ever played with your chopper. I mean, no woman has. Presumably a man has.
No one ever.
That's what he said. Well, that's what I've written.
Yeah, because you're...
on it.
Is that your first note?
Yeah.
Fuck me. Right. There was a whole issue before that.
I was trying to keep my notes brief.
Yeah, I'll say.
All right,
what about the drama about the egg? Dylan has nicked the egg. The ant egg.
I wasn't interested in this.
Do you want to know something about ant eggs?
No. Yeah, I do.
In Thailand, it's a common pizza topping. You didn't know that, did you? Dylan has nicked the egg. What? No, Dylan has nicked it back and given it to Paul. This whole egg thing. Can you steal the eggs? Should we steal the eggs? Created a big,
cooking
more even, more tension.
This was...
Olivia said, "You're a cheating ant bastard." The fact we lost the egg is Paul's fault. And another thing to the list that he's annoyed me. Paul still thinks that Olivia needs to accept the fact that she was wrong. And basically Noki at this point was like, you know, no matter what we do here, if we don't do the task properly, we're going to get punished. This is a sensible thing that
no matter what we do,
that Noki
we're going
was saying.
to get punished.
Like, we have to play the games by the rules, but it wasn't really clear. Were they allowed to steal? Were they not allowed to steal?
Okay.
Also, in the end, it was inconsequential. Right, yes.
Don't say.
Also, in the chopper discussion, clam chowder came up.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. That sounds sexist. Who said that, Paul?
I don't know. I've got it's Tom and Henry talking here.
I don't like Tom either anymore. I think he's very immature and rather
going
bitchy.
around bitching.
Yeah, mixing from group to group.
The puzzle task. Do you remember the puzzle task? No, not at all. They had to get the puzzle pieces out of
Show me.
the mud. So basically, the whole point was
It's like
ants can't hear one another. So
I do very
they had to,
that, yeah.
with noise-cancelling headphones on, find the pieces and construct the puzzle with the guidance of the Queen through a window. I thought this was a really cool task.
I really was not paying attention to that either.
God, the task team's efforts wasted on you.
Because I feel like the task is just irrelevant on BBUK.
They could definitely hear each other through those. Anyway, they had 15 minutes to complete it. That's what the task hinged on. Whoever completed the task the quickest got control of the shopping budget. This was what they were competing for this week. It wasn't a standard shopping budget, shopping task. Look, if you're distracted by a live feed, turn it off.
Trish is cooking chicken again. She's going to be up again. I'm not distracted. I was just, that camera angle of the chicken, I was quite disturbed by. Look.
It's
Why have they got
above the counter one.
Wow.
It's good that they've got that camera there, so you can see what's cooking.
Wow.
That's cool. The above the sink camera.
Oh my God.
So they failed the shopping task, and they'll get an economy budget. Why?
Yeah, no one knows.
I know why, because like certain elements of it they failed.
Okay.
However, the orange team completed the task quickest, the puzzle, so they got to control the task. I think that's Chanel's side. And Chanel said she'd never won anything in her life. But she said, I've led the team. No. I've led
She's
the
got
team.
Liverpudlian.
I've led the team to victory. Paul is annoyed. Paul is annoyed with all the animated shit.
I put grit in that, and I didn't know what that meant.
He's annoyed that people are celebrating that they've won the task.
Oh, right. Olivia called Dylan a control freak about the kitchen.
Noki feels she's been dragged into Paul's tiredness. I want to tell him it's okay to allow yourself to have that moment, but it's unfair to drag other people into it. Well, tell him that then.
Paul feels patronised by Noki because she's more well-spoken than him.
Is that what he said?
Well, do you know what? Even Jade Goody is more well-spoken than you. That was the first person I could think of. I mean, no one... what am I trying to say? Noki is well-spoken, but Paul is not well-spoken at all, is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
Can you help me
Paul's
out
threatened by that, you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Paul's threatened by a lot of things, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like women, for one. Trisha's conversation topics. Noki's general demeanour.
Deep conversations.
Olivia said, you were in a foul mood in the morning too. And that was really what tipped him over, what started him falling over the edge. The fucking edge. Who's it? Someone said his food is lovely. It's banging. Is that Olivia? His food's lovely. It's banging. Noki said about Dylan, he's an older guy compared to everyone else. Maybe he thinks this is his rule.
Ouch. What? I've got Jordan wants a lovely bottle of wine. Yinrun said she goes to a supermarket for 4 to 5 hours.
Did she?
Yeah, and spends 4 to 5 hours in there. Is there a frisson between Paul and Noki? I've written.
A frisson? What's that?
Frisson, you know, sexual
flirtation?
chemistry.
I don't think so.
Wow. You're going to have to help me because I'm fucked.
Shall I lead the way?
Please.
What about the toilet seat? On the toilet seat?
I've got a bone to pick with you. I just went to the loo.
Left your toilet seat up?
You left the toilet seat up. I sat bare arse down. I didn't even look. And I thought, oh, this is uncomfortable. You know better than that.
I've done that before. Gone to sit on the toilet. It's
You
not
fucking piece of shit.
The seat's not down. It's quite a shock.
Peg.
When your butt cheeks touch the cold
It's bad.
porcelain.
I was like sat down with quite a thud. I was like, oh, why have you done this to me? And I thought he might have peed on this.
I forgot. Oh dear. I'm usually quite good at that.
Do you know what? Jack never does that. He doesn't lift the toilet seat when he pees.
That's not good either. Because then you will pee on the seat.
He wipes
Right.
it up, though,
Toilet
like
seat
Paul.
wars begun here. Dylan told Olivia to pull down the toilet seat herself because Olivia had a problem. He said in his house he leaves it up and his girlfriend pulls it down if she wants to.
If she wants to. No, I'm sure she wants to hover above. Fucking idiot. Why is this guy still in the house and Hallie isn't? Fuck off. No.
I think it doesn't take much to put the toilet seat down. It's ironic coming from me.
It takes
since I just left your toilet seat up.
No, yeah, you selfish bastard.
But I'm even conscious of if you're around putting it down in my house, do I?
Yeah, you do, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, when I'm not there, do you and Dan just leave it up the whole time?
Yeah. Well, no, because we often quite have a sit down, like a sit down wee.
Oh, a sit down wee.
I'm very lazy wee. I love a sit down wee.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's compromising my bladder control.
I've known many men who like a sit down wee.
Have you?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like a me thing to begin with.
No, I think it's quite good. I think more men should do it. It's nice to relax.
I think a sit down wee for men might be more common now with like attached to our phones as well because it's just easier. You sit in the toilet for a minute and use your phone. Can't do that standing up.
No.
You're going to pee everywhere if you do.
Oh, right, yeah.
I like it. I'm lazy. Noki said it's always pissy about the toilet seat. Pissy? Dating app poses. What's that? I've written "Don't waste my time."
Hang on.
Anything about that?
Yeah, dating chat. Jordan blanking Henry. I don't know. Yeah, I'm ahead of you. But I've got... Jordan said he's adoring his time in the house, but he said, I love all these tasks when they end. I said, me too.
It felt like 2 against 1. I felt that small. This is Paul coming back to the Noki thing.
Mm-hmm.
Paul went into for a non-consensual hug, I noticed, to Noki and apologised to Noki.
Mm-hmm.
He said he felt small. I think that sums it up, really, don't you think?
Yeah, I do think.
Olivia and Noki had literally nothing to say to him that was of any consequence.
No.
Paul thinks that he's usually the life and soul. He said, I'm so loud, I'm throwing cushions. Aren't you crazy?
What have you edgy?
Noki is cutting the hair in the house. Have you noticed that?
Mm.
They got some alcohol, 4 bottles of wine, 2 bottles of Prosecco and tinnies.
Okay.
But also alcoholic-free Guinness for Dylan. Dylan does not drink.
Is he an alky?
No, but he and his girlfriend decided not to drink. They just
really?
don't drink, yeah.
Fuck that.
A conscious decision.
Fuck that.
Chanel and Trish, it was the situation that intimidated me, not you as a person. Yeah, they've got anything about this? They had a discussion where they cleared the air behind the sofa. But I think what I've missed out here is that Trish only knew that Chanel had a problem because Dylan told her about it. Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct, yeah.
So why did it take...
Because he said, you're afraid. She's afraid of you.
He told Trish that. But did we see Chanel tell Dylan that she was afraid of Trish? No. Okay. Interesting. Are we going to go into this discussion?
Which one?
Have you got any notes on what was said? Because I've not got a lot.
I've got... What is it? Would you rather?
No, when they're talking about how she was scared to talk to her.
Oh, no, I've got nothing.
I just feel like this became a really big thing, and it's reflected in the nominations as well. And I don't think, I think it's sad. I don't think it's surprising coming from Chanel, given that Chanel's from probably a not very diverse place.
Exactly, yeah.
But it's just sad that the, is it aspersion? What's it called? Aspersion? Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Is that a thing?
Could be.
Is it or not?
What's
when you
the
cast
rest of the
cast an
sentence?
aspersion.
Casting aspersions, yeah.
She cast an aspersion on Trish based on a stereotype, based on her skin colour, that she's an angry black woman, or she's a...
unconscious bias.
Yeah, it's unconscious bias. And I feel like Trish has dealt with this... I don't want to say very gracefully even, but she just dealt with it because there's no choice other than to deal with it. And I feel like it's not come as a surprise to Trish, but I feel like it seems like it's quite tiring and quite exhausting. And I just think it's a shame that constantly people as nice as Trish have to come up against this ridiculous false stereotyping.
Well, it's like when white people get offended when people are racist towards their black friends, and the black friends are just used to it and they're just like, But we get offended on their behalf, but they're just typical. Do you know what I mean? You just get, worn down by it, I guess, don't you? I
just feel like this issue has come up and it's sort of been simmering there in the show, but it's not really been head-on confronted. And I think maybe Trish has had a few diary rooms later in the week, but at this point I was like, oh, is this really happening here?
I think it will become more of a thing as time goes on, because they obviously clash, don't they?
Go on.
Because I don't know where I am.
Hallie and Jenkin are wondering about Genry. Would they make a good couple in the outside world? 9:53 p.m.
No.
Terms of endearment in China. Yinrun's family call her baby. Is it? Which is Bao Bao. Which is why I thought of baby Bao Bao. There's tension between Hallie and Jenkin. Do you remember this? Jenkin was like, oh, the kitchen's too hot.
Yeah,
and Hallie was
bothered.
touching... Did Hallie touch Jenkin?
She was hiding something, but I don't know what.
I don't really know why Hallie did go on the hiding rampage.
No, pranks. They never work out well.
Have you got anything from Would You Rather?
I've got take $100,000 or stay for the experience.
What would you choose?
Probably take $100,000. What do you?
I'd want the experience of Big Brother.
Oh, come on.
It's priceless.
Kerry said she'd rather stay for the experience. Well, she's probably got $100,000 in the bank. Paul said
she's a band 7 or whatever she is.
Paul said he would rather get rid of Olivia than Tom. Would you like 10 Pauls in the house or 10 Toms?
Jesus.
I don't think that was too. Hallie would...
Can I just leave, please?
Yeah. Hallie would lose her virginity to Jenkin. What the fuck?
Yeah. Would you rather lose virginity to someone in this room or be a virgin forever?
Why Jenkin?
There's not a chance Jenkin wants to have sex with you, Hallie.
No,
and there's not a chance you want to have sex with Jenkin. I'm sorry. I think Hallie just didn't want to say Paul.
Right. Matty would rather watch his boyfriend have an affair than have an affair in the house. This makes no sense. There is no having an affair when you're in an open relationship.
Yeah, would you rather watch your boyfriend have an affair for the rest of your life or have an affair with someone in here?
And he said he'd rather watch his boyfriend have an affair.
In an open relationship.
Yeah, hold on. That doesn't make sense.
Well, it makes sense to him if that's what you'd rather, because basically that's your reality.
That's when Jordan started rolling his eyes, like... Because I think Matty was saying it to try and dampen down Jordan, you know.
Oh.
That's what I think.
Okay.
Then we had all this hiding stuff and pranks and all this stuff.
Oh, my tattoo of the week was going to be a communal fuck off. That was my potential tattoo of the week. But you wrote gone down in the eviction.
One than that, don't worry.
Jenkin has told Hallie not to touch his shoulders and stuff.
Oh, God.
Hallie feels bad and doesn't want to get drunk now. All right, okay.
And Tom said you should to her.
He did say you should feel bad.
Yeah, oh, fuck him, little weasel.
What is the purpose of Tom? I don't get it.
Squeak.
Okay, so in the previews for this episode for the Antask, they bigged up the fact that there was a Jordan and Henry kiss. Do you remember?
Jordan and Henry. Oh, what? A kiss goodnight. That was all it was.
But it was in the previews and it felt like it was like a really big deal. And I thought, okay, when it comes to the edit, we're going to see more context around this kiss. But it was just like a sort of quite friendly...
Goodnight peck,
Plus, I think they'd had a few drinks, hadn't they? Because they got delivered alcohol.
Yeah, that was nothing.
And I have got this tweet from Dean Barney, actually, I wanted to bring up. Dean tweeted, "Don't really detect any romantic sparks between Jordan and Matty. Certainly nothing from Matty. And Henry/Jordan seems a close friendship, not flirty. Starting to wonder whether Jordan has an eye for the BB prize and knows a showman/fomance will get him to the final." Have you thought about that? What do you think?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're all just sort of... I think they're all sort of slightly interested in each other, but also not really. It's just...
Do you think
more of a friendship with a bit of jealousy, maybe?
Without the cameras, what would have happened by now?
Nothing, I don't think. No. Do you?
I don't know. It's not perhaps an orgy?
No, I don't think so. I don't think any of them are that much up for it. I think they're all slightly repressed in a way.
I think Matty's not... Actually, if anyone's able to have something, it's Matty, right?
He's got a license but he seems more cautious than any...
Because what I think he's worried about is Jordan falling for him. I
think he's worried about his boyfriend watching, which I would be too if I was in the house.
Yeah.
Because it's all very well having an open relationship and doing something out of sight, out of mind, but doing it on TV is a different matter. So I do get that.
I actually wanted that shirt that Matty's wearing.
Really?
They've got a crossover in Matty's fashion taste, which is really surprising.
Well, you know you're both doppelgangers, so...
Stop that. Yeah, this is why it was so exciting, because the subtitles were, "We can't kiss on camera. Sorry. Good night, my love." It was just a good night kiss, really.
Good night, my love.
Drunken. Right, next day.
So the next episode started with Olivia saying, "I'd like to have a dick for a day."
Oh, yeah. It reminded me of Sam.
I just thought, what a thing to
say for a day.
What a thing to say in front of Hallie, I thought. I just don't think
that is a bit insensitive. I didn't think of that.
I just thought that is just so Olivia to say that.
Jenkins' response was slay.
I feel like... I need to talk about Jenkins, actually. I feel like Big Brother, when they cast him, thought they were getting something, and
which
what
they've
not
got
ain't it at all. It's like almost like Bowie Jane and
That's
BBUS.
the tweet, what you ordered online versus what came in the post.
It is. It's like, I feel like they wanted him to be this fun, like, you know, quirky, fun, like when he was dancing and stuff like that side of him. And instead they've just got this miserable, moping, duvet cover wearing sad sack sitting in the garden bitching about wanting to go home. It's like, oh mate, this ain't it. You're going to regret it when you go home and look back.
Do you think that that's a product of what Big Brother put him through though, with those tasks?
It wasn't that bad.
Big Brother created a monster.
No, he would have been this way anyway, I can guarantee you. Trish wished she brought her healing stone into the house. I did hear Henry on the live feed saying, "What is a healing stone?" And then the bird feed came on. So
never will know.
Don't know. And then the nomination started, and Olivia once again was trying to wind people up during the nomination.
Was she?
Which I just think is so
She's
funny.
singing?
She was going to Kara was going, "Oh, I don't whine that much, do I?" Olivia's like, "Oh, you never stop whining." It's so funny.
They were specifically reminded by Big Brother about the rules regarding nominations before the process kicked off.
Yinrun.
Chanel said, I've got the nominations here. Shall we start?
I'm sure you do.
Chanel says I feel like a bitch. Please can I what?
Hurry up.
Keep it snappy. All right, Chanel's first nomination was Hallie. She said Hallie is... Hallie is creating an argument involving Chanel with Trish. And Noki in a 2, it's Noki. No go code there in a task situation.
And coming into the front, it's...
Right, Hallie, she created arguments involving herself with Trish. She's blaming Hallie for creating the argument.
Fuck off.
Noki's got no girl code in the task situation.
Oh.
About the whole sexism stuff.
Noki got a few noms, actually.
She did cop a few, as you would say.
Catching a few
She
strays.
said about Noki, I constantly feel judged by her. She has to distance herself from Noki and can't fully be herself around her.
Chanel's probably jealous because Noki's got lips and Chanel just has pale corpse lips. So it's not a very helpful contribution to the podcast like that.
Anyway, Jordan's nominations were Hallie, tuck people's possessions. He says they took them, tuck people's possessions and hid them. That behaviour isn't mature.
Oh, shut up!
I'm surprised Jordan went for Hallie. And also Jenkin. Jenkin apparently, as according to Jordan, is difficult to read. I don't know if he's a friend, an ally, or foe. He's also monitoring the Diet Coke situation.
John McCurrett wouldn't like
John
that.
McCurrett's turning in his grave. He did die.
Yeah, he did.
He snatched a can of Diet Coke from Jordan's hand. That's the level of the control he's going to.
I wouldn't like that at all.
Olivia, says that Carrie whines all the time. Carrie says that she'll stop moaning then. That's actually working out quite well for Carrie this week. I noticed, is that Chanel's visible extension, like, stuck into her hair?
It looks so bad when people have that.
Eek.
Good.
Carrie's nominations, now here is where you've got to cast a bit of a suspicious eye over Carrie. Have you got anything down about these nominations?
She nominated Dylan, which I was surprised about.
No, but importantly before that.
And Trish.
First nomination.
Oh, hang on. No, yeah, go on, you tell me.
It was basically the sort of microaggression playbook. Did you not get this? Did you not notice this?
I don't know. You tell me and I'll tell you if I did.
She said that Trish is quite confrontational. She's a strong, independent woman, but in a different way to me.
Yeah.
And she's quite gung-ho. She means gung-ho.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but confrontational, strong, independent woman, gung-ho. You could have taken the name away and I would have known she was talking about a black woman. Like, it's microaggression 101.
Oh, you do surprise me with Kerry.
Fuck. And that's why, like, I still got I want to see beyond the funny bits because that's her true character, right? Where are they going? Storeroom for alcohol.
Diary room, I think.
Storeroom, that is. Trish Dylan's was Kerry's second nomination. Is a bit bossy in the kitchen. She didn't like that sausage sandwich issue. As long as Dylan's in the house, I will never cook a meal, she said. Well, you melted the bacon tray. So
yeah, that was probably a good thing.
Probably for the best. Trish nominated Chanel about smack talk. Smack talk. Chanel didn't talk to her. She said she's heard from others that she said she's scary. It could have been deaded, she said, if she'd have come to her.
I've never heard that before.
Dylan, because...
Jenkins got 3 drinks in his hand right now.
Are they Diet Coke or
no
alcohol?
Oh, Henry's on the bottle of wine.
Dylan, because she said she feels like he stereotypes me. He has called me loud and very recently told me the reason someone else couldn't have a conversation with me was because they found me scary.
But it's funny because Dylan's mixed, isn't he?
Yeah, which is why I think it's harder.
Colorism, isn't it?
Yeah. It's sad to hear that she feels that about Dylan. I'd like to think that wasn't the case, but
we've seen that be the case many times.
Now, Yinrun was talking to Henry about nominations. How do you feel about this conversation? This is the breach of the rules.
I don't think it was that bad.
It wasn't about anyone's name, which I think is why it's iffy.
I just think it's bollocks. I just think Big Brother wanted to get Dylan up. That's what I think.
But they didn't know the results at this time. It's mid-nominations.
Yeah, but they didn't do the rule booking at this time.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'm right. I just think she didn't do anything that bad, and the rules were different to when Olivia and Hallie were punished.
The punishment.
Yeah. So no, I think it's bollocks.
Do you remember what she was fretting about, Yinrun?
Oh, should I vote strategically or should I vote something?
Yeah, she said that her vote's got two meanings. How I feel, and also how I can vote to change the fate of the people that I care for. Interesting that Yinrun's actually got a strategic mind about the nominations. She should have just kept that shit quiet and voted strategically. Henry obviously said, like, I couldn't possibly say. So Yinrun's nominations were Hallie because of the rule break, which is a very big thing, when she called Zach a game player. And Kerry, she still feels distant with her and she doesn't trust her.
Good.
Noki, Jordan said as Noki went to the diary room, do you think the waterworks are out? Henry. She nominated Chanel. She has to walk on eggshells because Chanel is passive in conflict. And also Dylan. He's causing conflict, creating an atmosphere where people don't know if he's joking or not. I've got a toilet seat wars.
Olivia started shouting
toilet
at
seat
people
wars continued
during the nominations, shouting at people for leaving the toilet seat.
Was she going to the toilet?
Yeah, going, hey, you did this.
I took this tweet here, which I obviously wanted to bring up, from at Liam Lambrini. Why do girls get mad that boys leave the toilet seat up? Lifting the seat means it doesn't get pee splashed on it. So what's wrong with you? What's wrong with you then having to put it down? There's no pee, and no boy ever complains he has to lift the seat up to pee after a girl uses it.
He's obviously gay.
I can tell you that from the fact he's called Liam Lambrini.
He's stupid if he doesn't understand. Come on. I'm not even getting into that. It's not even worth it.
It ain't worth it. Henry's nominations were Paul. His antics slowly grinded on me. Grinded on me or grounded on me? I've got grounded
and
here.
he's never had a complex conversation with him.
He doesn't like Paul crawling around the floor and pulling people off their beds.
And Noki for looking in the mirror while he's talking to her.
Yeah, he's a pretty good judge of character, and he doesn't think he's met Noki yet.
Oh.
I've met a filtered version of Noki. She wants to be perfect all the time.
I agree with that.
Olivia, she nominated Dylan for leaving the toilet seat up. And Matty, she said, I'm a loud individual and he's a quiet individual. He's scared of loud noises.
And I'm loud. I love that. That was a great nomination right there. How has Olivia not got more nominations?
Yeah, you're right. She gets away with it. Matty did nominate her back, though. Matty nominated her for the dramas around the rule break and also Carrie. He said he gels with her the least. That's an old school reason. And she had disproportionate responses to minor inconveniences.
That's true.
Very wordy nomination. Now, here's a not wordy one from Paul. Paul nominated Trish. She's mixing things and bringing up serious topics. She can attack and be defensive.
Heaven forbid.
She can attack. Come on.
What was she, a dog?
Yeah, like, no. And Noki, Trish and Noki, by the way, question mark over that. He said he's sad that he's nominated Noki. Confrontation over the task and putting on an act, and she's patronising and she belittled him.
She is patronising.
But they've already made up the night before and he's still nominating her for that.
He's wait till he finds out about the kiss cam scandal.
What's the kiss cam scandal?
You know, her saying about his girlfriend and Olivia.
Oh, that. Dylan nominated Trish for saying sexist things in the task, which doesn't really make sense.
A woman can't be sexist to a man, so shut up.
No, it wasn't about the men. It was women being sexist to other women.
Sexist.
And
well, she was right.
Kerry, for the fast food task, she took more time to talk than she did to eat the gross food. The nominations were going on for 5 hours at this point.
It feels like it with you explaining them.
Chanel has whipped Tom in the eye with her hair. When girls whip you in the face with their hair, it's really horrible.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shut up.
It is, especially in the
happen?
eye. It's happened to me.
When?
It's clueless people that just like...
Oh, at a gig or something?
Yeah,
okay.
or like in a queue.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Especially when it's a stranger.
Fair enough.
Hallie's nominations were Henry for not washing up and leaving out other people's dishes. Dan made a point. Well, who left them there? Why are you not mad at them? And Tom, because he doesn't know when to draw the line. And Tom nominated Trish for hassling.
Food monitoring.
Food monitoring, hassling when cooking, which she doesn't like herself.
And Hallie for shit stirrery.
Yeah, shit stirring and being a bit of a player, and that she's disingenuous. Is that even a real word?
Yeah. Sometimes people say disingenuine, which isn't.
Oh. And then Jenkins nominated Hallie for stirring the pot, and Trish, food monitoring. She makes sure she feeds herself first, hypocritical.
Look, all these bad people are nominating Trish.
All the bad people.
And now we've got one of them bad people left. That ain't good.
Which one?
Dylan.
Oh, you mean he survived?
Yeah.
So you're saying that Trish is going to get more numbers and be up next week, potentially?
Yeah. They were saying, look, Kerry on the live feed is saying, I could hear Get Knocky out.
Really?
I thought it was really clear. Oh.
Do you want to unmute for this section or not?
Nah.
Be birdsong before we know it.
Exactly. I was listening for Olivia, but I couldn't hear it. I definitely heard Knocky, Olivia just said.
Jordan and Yinrun were not nominated by anyone, so Jordan's obviously started washing a few dishes and got off the radar. I did copy the nominations tally from Alfie. Hallie got 5, Trish got 5, Dylan got 4, Kerry and Noki got 3 each, Chanel got 2, Henry, Jenkins, Matty, Olivia, Paul, Tom 1. So, Kerry escaped nomination. Were you surprised?
Yeah, very. And also, Dylan wouldn't have been up if it wasn't for Yinrun's rule break.
Yeah. I've got this opinion on Kerry here from @my enraged shark art or Ethan on Twitter. I still have a feeling she was doing all that shit because she thought it would be entertaining, and now it's backfired. We're seeing the real Kerry.
Nah. The real Kerry was the first week, and now it's her trying to appease
ruse Kerry,
the public, and she's just toned it down a lot. And now when she's being obnoxious, it's more palatable.
I think as well, because she came out from the diary room, she was like, "Oh, they've been so good. Big Brother's been so good to me." I think there's a bit of coaching going on.
Yeah,
don't you?
no doubt. Yeah.
Big Brother had gathered them at 7 p.m. for the tell-off. And they said, Yinrun, in a conversation with Henry, you said, I didn't know if this was talking about nominations to Henry. If I go for my emotion, it may change the fate of people I want to save. Which should I go for? Yinrun said she was so nervous today about the nominations. She was crying, but she was crying, I think, more so... You want to talk about Yinrun's crying, don't you? I think she was crying because... Yeah. She felt that what she'd done had put Trish in the firing line.
Yeah, no, I get that.
But I think people on Twitter thought that she was crying about the jail.
No, I didn't think either of that. I just thought it was... Yeah, I do think she thought she'd put Trish up, but it was just a bit of an overreaction. The whole thing was... whichever thing it was about, it felt like a bit of an overreaction.
Okay.
What?
Let's go into this little section.
Go on then.
Because, Yinrun is a 25-year-old, and a lot of people are saying, and Lewis, our mate, controversial Lewis J...
He's not my mate.
What's it called? Lewis J815, is it?
Oh. Yeah, it's not that.
Lewis is saying that we are infantilizing this adult woman.
Not us specifically, just in general.
The people in the public in general. Mm-hmm. However, I think that Yinrun is from a culture where young adults are infantilized anyway. And I've experienced this myself. It's not China, but I was in Taiwan and I was traveling, and I was like 21 years old, and I was like in the middle of nowhere with my friend, my uni mate, and we nothing was written in English. We were really struggling to find places to eat and know what we were going to have, and this really nice family came and took us under their wing, and they were just like, what are you doing here? How at your age are you even here? Because they were like, we don't let our children out of our sight, and we were like, but we're not children. We're 21 21 years old.
Cultural thing, yeah.
But in the eyes of someone from Taiwan, a 21-year-old is still a child. And I think in the same as when I was in Thailand, I feel like I was at uni and it was hard to make friends because a lot of people seemed very immature. Like the girls at uni were wearing like, you know, the Hello Kitty hairpins and stuff like that. And they were almost scared to approach us and very timid, and it just we were I was like 20 years old and I had to wear a school uniform at uni because there's a uniform there, so I just feel like culturally people are younger because they're raised that way.
Yeah, that's not understood.
So I think Yinrun's reaction to it was like, you know, it's probably a more severe thing to break a rule where she comes from, and like the sort of wailing was quite extreme to our Western minds, but I feel like it makes sense to someone from her cultural background, perhaps.
I just feel like people are so harsh. They're harsh on Yinrun. Yeah, I said, yeah, Yinrun.
I think it's turned a few people off Yinrun.
Oh, I said, Yinrun, get a grip. I said, when Hallie was acting up, you know, behave. But people are so harsh. They take one thing and then that's it. That person's persona non grata because of that.
No. Like, I don't want her to win anymore. I've seen a lot of that.
That's absolutely stupid. If you're that hardline, that's... Okay, well, who do you want to win? If it's Jordan, well, he's got a lot of bad sides as well. He's, you know, this passive-aggressive sort of making people jealous thing, snobbery. You know, every single person we could pull apart if we wanted to. You know... Are you so perfect sat there watching it? Relax.
Well, you know. Perhaps Yinrun should have taken Olivia's advice, which was, jail will have you... what? Well, jail will only have... have shape you... Jail will only shape you as a person, Yinrun. Believe it.
I liked it when Olivia was saying, I don't know if it was here or the next day, going, oh, when me and Hallie were out there, no one come out and no one did anything.
It was pissing it down the drain that day, though. But it's true. The level of affection was visible, right? Like, everyone was out there chanting for Yinrun, keeping her company the whole time. But I think the difference is Yinrun's rule break was read out. And it wasn't really about anyone.
It wasn't that bad.
But Hallie and Olivia's was about people's names and about people's gameplay. So it's different, isn't it? It was more personal.
What do you think about Yinrun saying to Dylan, I will never say the N-word again?
That was funny.
Is that... I could see a lot of people saying, oh, come on, how could she not know what the N-word is?
Why would you be taught the N-word as a foreign speaker? Like, you just wouldn't?
But you must know, like, you cannot say the N-word.
I don't think you would ever even...
You wouldn't even
come across the N-word.
Really?
Unless you're listening to maybe like American music. And I tell you what, a lot of foreign speakers learn the N-word through American music and think it's something that is okay to say.
I actually hate it when I hear that word in songs.
Yeah.
Because I just don't want to sing along to it. It just freaks me out.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. But I could see some people going, oh, you know, that's sort of... You know,
it's funny because Dylan was there and he was like, oh, you just don't know how funny what you said is,
especially considering he is mixed. It was very funny.
Actually, credit to Dylan because he sat with Yinrun for a long time and kept their company out there, and I didn't expect to see them two really interacting that much.
Did you see my tweet about that?
No.
I did the gif of Luke from BB25. I will never say the N-word again.
Oh no, I did see that. Yes.
You'd forgotten he existed, didn't you?
When you said Luke, I just thought BB... what, 8? No.
What
9.
Mississippi?
Luke and Bex.
Oh. Not even Luke A and Luke S.
No, not even
Come
that.
on.
The original
have some
Luke.
Respect.
After nominations, Dylan said everyone's food's getting spat in now. I don't think that's a good look.
That wasn't nice.
Hallie was blanketing after the eviction and hiding under her duvet. And we had a funny scene here with Kerry going to look for her in the bathroom toilet. She's like that. Where the fuck are you? And she was... I thought that was like old school Big Brother. It reminded me a little bit of like Alex behind the door. Like,
oh, right, yeah.
She couldn't find her and she was under the duvet. She's like, I'm here.
Yinrun was in jail for 4 hours, 27 minutes. That's
Why so long? It was longer than that. We didn't know that. We never got to hear the total time when she was let out, I don't think.
Paul tried to trap them all in there when they all got in with her for solidarity.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. I liked it when Hallie was talking to Henry, I think, and then Tom was piping up. Was it Tom? And she said, this is an A and B conversation so you can see yourself out. I like that.
Should have been saving that line for later.
Yeah, that was good. Hallie and Tom were clashing. Fuck you, Tom, getting Hallie out when you're sat there being so boring. Fuck off.
what did you think about Yinrun's legal team coming to talk to Big Brother? That was my scene of the week.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah.
Jordan and Henry, and Jordan was like, I don't want to do this. It's so embarrassing.
Mm-hmm. It reminded me of what I tried to do a tweet about, but I couldn't find the GIF. Was Kevin Jacobs in BB when he was pretending to be a lawyer?
Oh yeah,
Andrew or whatever it was.
Yeah,
I was trying to find a GIF. There's no GIFs of Kevin Jacobs.
No, they didn't do it for that.
No, and I was like, this reminds me of, and then I couldn't find the GIF. I was just like, there goes that tweet.
Oh, there goes that one.
Yeah, what is she? If that
niche reference of the week. Fuck me. So Jordan was saying to Big Brother they were concerned about Yinrun because after 4 hours in jail she's had a mojito, she doesn't drink, and she'll be getting a tattoo next. They're like, bail her please. And Big Brother did indeed bail her after that point. Was it the intervention of the legal team?
Probably.
And if so, how do we get the number of Jordan and Henry's legal team for if we ever come into trouble?
Better call Saul.
Jordan wants to stay for Halloween. Oh. Tom and Jenkin are winding up Hallie. She interrupted the Jenry conversation. What do you think about this?
What conversation? Oh, right,
Jenry.
yeah. This is the A and B conversation.
Oh, that was
it?
that.
Yeah.
Yinrun is upset that Trish is nominated. She isn't sure she can cope without her in the house.
No, that's sweet. Besties.
I really enjoyed the free Yinrun. Free Yinrun. All the chanting and stuff. I thought it was fun. God. Jesus. Do you want to have a break or?
It's up to you. What do you think?
I'm okay to keep going.
Let's keep going.
What day are we on? Thursday?
Thursday. Dylan doesn't want to go. Kerry is worried about getting chanted again.
Is she?
Yeah, she said she was worried about it.
She said, I know I'm a good person and I can't do anything to change what I've done. Hallie said, the only things you've done is speak your mind.
Yeah, but that pisses people off, believe me. Trish is representing the immigrant black feminists. That's good.
Preach.
I like that. Hallie was doing a Kerry impression, wearing her mesh top. That was a good impression she did of Kerry, I thought.
Oh yeah, she was walking around with the straightened hair, wasn't she?
What about Jordan and his half siblings out and about there, and he doesn't even know who they are?
I think I missed this.
Yeah, come on. And then he said, my dad's a retired heroin addict. And they said, why did he...
Oh, you're just way ahead, sorry.
Why did he retire? Because he's dead.
Okay.
No, carry on.
No, but I'm going way back. That Olivia was upset that the justice system in the BB house was flawed.
Oh, yeah.
She said that Yinrun had a nice red cage because they had those black ones, but Hallie wouldn't have been able to stand up in Yinrun's cage. So have they got a individually calibrated cage for all jailed housemates? Why did they have a different cage? That's what I want to know. And she had a comfier chair, and everyone was inside eating cottage pie when they were in jail. Henry thinks that Trish isn't quite being herself. She said she's confused that people are saying she's not like that to her face. What? Oh, she's confused that people are saying you're really lovely and stuff, but behind the back, people are saying they're scared of her.
Why is she nominated, basically?
Yeah. Yeah, all the nominees are from communities that need visibility. Dylan, with a disability, Hallie, trans, Trish is an immigrant black feminist. Henry said whatever happens will be the best outcome in the long run. Is that true?
Yeah, and he said it's not a competition between you three. It is. That's the whole point of it.
Hallie playing Carrie. Carrie said, "Oh my god, it's giving. I love it. Just it's giving.
Giving it.
It's giving it." Jordan's. I don't know about I only got the father. I didn't hear about the half.
I think he said I have
sibling.
about 12 half siblings out and about who I don't.
I know why I didn't get this down because my joke that I was going towards is his father Russell Brand, but then the end of it was but he's dead. So I was like, okay, I can't do that one.
So then Trish said to him, "Well, how do you feel about that?" And he was like, "I don't know." And you could just see all the repression built up, couldn't you?
Do you think he's
How do you feel about your own dad
it?
being dead? And he was just like, I don't know. And you could just see just everything that he was just trying to hide in one
Oh,
statement.
so maybe like that's what the Jordan character is, right?
Yeah,
It's
of
holding
course.
together some trauma.
It was like either he'd never even thought about how he felt about it, which is impossible, or he was just...
I don't know, it's possible to completely repress and not even face your demons.
And maybe it is actually, but he visibly was just like recoiled, and was just like, he was just sort of making a joke out of it, and it was a funny joke to be fair to him. But it was like,
was the joke about him being retired
from being a heroin addict because
he's
died,
shot out of life? He said he's shot out of life.
Did you see my tweet? I said I don't know if this story makes Jordan seem poorer or richer, because there's a lot of poor people who die from heroin overdose. There's a lot of posh people who have heroin addictions as well, because they can obviously afford it.
Surely it's expensive.
Yeah. It's kind of sad that he can't embrace his feelings about it, or maybe he doesn't want to talk about it on TV, but I feel like it's not even that. I feel like it's something deeper than that.
Looking at, like, how old is Jordan? 26?
He's not old, is
26,
he?
I think, because I think he said it's 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Look at when this happened. He was 16. Like, I can relate in my own life. I lost my mum at that age, just about to become 17, and I didn't want to talk to anyone about it.
For how long?
Until older than Jordan is now. Like, my therapy only begun in my 30s.
Yeah.
I would say. I think probably early 30s. So perhaps Jordan's just, tried to continue with his life, and...
I feel like I'm looking at it from my perspective, and I feel like I've always been extremely open about the traumas that have happened to me.
Yeah.
Which is not...
Everyone's completely different when it comes to trauma, though. That's the thing.
Look, on the live feed, Paul's trying to prove that he's like a new man again. You can be a man and still cry. You can paint your nails and be a man. Every time I tune into the live feed, he's having this conversation.
What?
He's
Is this his one thing?
Too much.
It's one thing.
It's hard being a fucking fuckboy. Oh, boo fucking who?
No, you don't have
I've been there.
No, you don't have to be a hard fuckboy.
I want to show young boys. What?
Oh my god, this is embarrassing.
That you can have values for one woman and try and build a strong relationship. Oh, what about a flirt max with Olivia and have a good career?
What,
don't go down
OnlyFans?
Drug dealing or stuff like that. That's a bit of a reach. God. I feel like he's always doing this, like a motivational speech about himself, like he's such a great guy.
Is that how he's sold himself into the house?
Yeah, it's like, I'm not buying it. I don't buy it.
The modern
at
man.
all. I don't think so.
You think I'm a fucking dickhead, do you?
Every time I tune in, he's saying this shit. It's just bollocks. Anyway, that was what Jordan was saying.
I think that Jordan perhaps isn't yet at the point where he's had the therapy.
Fair enough.
But I'm also not surprised that he's been cast, but like I feel like there's supposed to be things in place to unpack this kind of stuff. But unless Jordan's been so guarded, it hasn't even come out in those conversations. But hopefully he'll get therapy after this.
I feel like when you're my age, I feel like the biggest cunt even saying that, but I feel like you can look back on these things and think, I don't know, just
what?
Almost patronising, like, oh yeah, like I dealt with that then, so why can't you deal with that now? But it does take time to deal with these things. I was thinking about that. It took me all my 20s to deal with a lot of my shit, so... And I'm 43 now, so I have dealt with a hell of a lot.
Some people don't know they've got shit to deal with, even though they have as well.
Some people probably don't deal with that shit till they're well into their 30s. So it's all very well for me to look at it and think, well, I dealt with that shit, so why can't you? It's different for everyone. So I shouldn't even be that person.
It also really depends on what you've been offered to cope with that stuff as well.
I feel like I physically went out and looked for help and got help. And I feel like some people don't. Like with my mum, like I've been telling my mum for a year and a half now to get some counselling and get some help with her grief.
Yeah.
Because my brother died. And she just won't. And every time I speak to her, she's like, I can't listen to the radio, I can't do this, I can't do that. And she's just going round and round and round in a circle.
Yeah,
I'm like,
people reject the help though. I did. I rejected it. I didn't want it.
But I'm like, just what's the worst that can happen if you go and talk to someone about it? She's like, I think she doesn't want to admit to her part in it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know for a fact that, you know, she feels guilty about it all, because you just would naturally, wouldn't you? And she doesn't want to face...
As a parent, I think
so. She doesn't want to face her part in it.
Right.
But I think
that's not going to help.
I think until she faces her part in it, she'll never be able to get over it. Yeah. No, not that you ever can get over it, but you need to...
Make peace with it.
You need to face up to what you've done, and not just what you've done, but what's happened to you and what's made you get to that situation. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's complicated, but to just go, no, I don't want to do that, I want to sort it out myself, I don't think that can work forever. You do need help sometimes, everyone does.
But people can only get the help when they're ready to get the help.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
that is very, very true.
There's no point, like, you just can't force someone to get it. They have to reach that conclusion themselves.
That is very, very true.
Anyway, next thing under the spotlight was Henry's heritage. Hallie said, "Are you part of the royal family?"
He was pretending.
And didn't he say he was?
Yeah, he was pretending he was.
And then Carrie was like, I would respect your privacy if you'd been told not to speak about it. And he was like, what the fuck? Like, no.
Like every posh person is part of the royal family. So then we had this vintage thing that went on for quite a long time.
Hang on a sec, you skipped... Matty was talking about confirmation bias. Ever heard of this?
I never noticed this counter was so pink.
Very pink. I'd like that in my house.
Confirmation bias.
Matty said the housemates are looking for the things that confirm their bias against Trish. So like they have the bias.
Yeah.
They're actually looking to Trish to confirm the bias. I've never heard of confirmation bias before.
It's like when someone dies. This is a good example of my mum as well. And my mum says, "Oh, I seen a feather." And I think it's like, so that's confirmation bias. Like, oh, I've never seen a feather before, and now it's someone sending me a message.
And the butterfly flew by.
Yeah, that's like Paulie with the butterfly. That's confirmation bias. It's just bollocks, basically.
But this is more damaging than that, though, because this is at the expense of Trish, and it's based on her behaviours as a Batwoman.
Yeah, it's just seeing what you want to see, you know, seeing what you expect to see, that sort of thing. It's stupid.
Go on to Vinted.
I did kind of like this, but it did go on for a while, didn't it?
Well, I don't mind the sponsored stuff. I think it's like we're used to it because we watch it all the time in Canada. Yeah, and go on. Like
you said on Twitter, like we couldn't follow along with it, so that was a shame.
Yeah. I thought so. They have to make the route down the runway, but there's only like one correct route, right? So you've got to remember it every time, or you get like gunged or paint in your face or whatever. Yeah, I couldn't. I thought it was changing every time. Did you?
I wasn't sure. Yeah,
because it's supposed to be like, okay, this one's safe.
Yeah, I thought they'd figure it out as a group.
Yeah. Which they've done it on Traitors Australia, but they edited it together and I just couldn't follow it. But like with the sponsored stuff, I don't mind it that Vinted is getting their brand here, because Vinted's paying for Big Brother now, and that's you know, it's not a terrible company to have as a sponsor.
It's good.
But like I think it did go on a bit too long.
It did.
And like there was too much of them in the clothes, like going to the fitting room, then walking down the corridor, then in the party, and like it's like we've seen the clothes.
Yeah.
And it's vintage, so I can't get that dress because it's gone now.
Yeah. And also they're going to pick out the very best stuff to give them, aren't they?
Yeah, like is that shit really off vintage?
Yeah,
like it looks in good condition, but it could be
brand new to me.
Yeah, like the Pearly Queen's hat and all that stuff. I was like, really?
But the party did look good, I thought. I like that dance floor. Very nice.
Is it like mirrored?
It was like sort of looked
the
almost
LED.
Like 3D, like almost Squid Games-esque. And they had cakes, they had nice drinks, although they did have that blue drink, which you weren't sure about. I do agree, it does look like antifreeze.
They also had the strawberry daiquiris, which I said I hope they didn't have the strawberry daiquiris, because if you remember, they had the rewards room in Big Brother 4. One of the most raucous nights was when they had like just unlimited strawberry daiquiris and everyone was just vomiting. And
strawberry daiquiris are good. I wouldn't mix the strawberry daiquiri with the Blue Lagoon. Oof, imagine that puke. Purple. Not good.
After the runway section, before they got to the party, there was a drama because Dylan got in the shower before Kerry, and that's going to come back later as a point of contention. Should we unpack the whole thing now?
What about Olivia doing the splits? That was pretty impressive.
Oh, you were impressed by that. So you tweeted about that, didn't you?
That was good. I was like, fuck.
She's quite athletic.
That was good.
She did the cartwheel the other day, didn't she? Hands cartwheel, wasn't it?
Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. What was that noise?
My bottle lid.
Oh, okay. That was good. What else happened at the party? There was some sort of pissed conversations at the side.
They definitely got some, like, talking points, didn't they? Chanel said she's learnt to be more resilient. Dylan said he's learnt not to be snappy.
Has he?
He's learnt patience.
Could have told himself that for the next day.
And he's had a shit couple of years, apparently. Kerry was crying in the bedroom. She's worried about slipping in the shower. This is why she was upset about Dylan getting in the shower first. So what has emerged is, and I didn't get to look at this. I didn't get to go and look in the shower cubicles closely. But one side is the accessible shower with a seat, and the other side is just a bog standard shower.
Right.
So obviously it's designated for Kerry and Dylan. But Dylan went in there ahead. Kerry was like, "Oh, fine, sweets, go ahead." And then was like, "Oh, selfish bastard," or whatever she said. "Oh, what a gentleman," or something like that, A backhanded, underhand comment that she made.
Backhanded comment.
But then she went into the diary room and she said, like, the reason she was upset, the reason is she's worried about slipping in the shower. That's why she gets up early to go into the shower before the floor gets wet, because obviously other people are using that shower. And that's why she was upset.
Can't they put a mat down in there?
Well, there should be for a start. But the problem here is that Kerry hasn't expressed that she needs to use the shower for that reason, which I think everyone would be accommodating of, right? And instead she chooses to bitch about it.
Yeah, I don't remember any of this.
It's actually a really reasonable reason to want to use it first and to want to go in.
If you don't make it clear, then you just become an arsehole about it.
Yeah, cantankerous about it.
Yeah,
it's not helping her. Yinrun being flipped by Paul. Did you enjoy that? Would you like to have a go at that? You should try it, Henry.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
No.
Oh, come on. This was a highlight. It's like you run up to Paul and he would like kind of flips Yinrun over onto a cushion. She said, "Thank you." At the end, it's like a roller coaster. Henry, you should try it. Henry's like, no.
Imagine Paul doing that to him.
Chanel and Trish, you hold yourself so well. Okay, this discussion was Trish
this
and
is bullshit,
Chanel.
in my opinion. Chanel's like trying to like kiss up to Trish, but we know that Chanel hates Trish.
This is in the party?
Yeah, in the corner, sat
there
having
you go.
their drinks.
What did you think about the language used in this conversation? Because I thought it was quite coded.
Tell me.
It just read as if, like, you hold yourself so well, like saying, like, "Oh, you're really eloquent for a black woman." Yeah.
Got you.
And it just felt like really icky to me. And Trish kind of had to sort of listen to it and said, "Oh, thank you. That's right. That's very validating."
Yeah.
And I just thought,
who the fuck are you?
does she see through this? But she can't say anything else.
100% Trish.
Like cringing your way through the conversation.
100% Trish would see through it. 100%.
I just like it pains me that we have to hear this shit, but this is what happens every day, isn't it?
That's what these backwater people are like. Do you know what I mean?
Can you explain to me what's the difference between a public and a private school?
No, I feel like they're the same thing.
I thought they were.
Because it's like, what's the normal school? Comprehensive. State school. Public. Private is posh. Public is posh. It's one more posh than the other.
Yeah, so apparently Henry went to a public school, which is one up from a private school. Is that right?
One up.
Is that right?
If you went to Tenerife, Henry went to
11. But it's confusing because it's called a public school.
Yeah,
so it sounds like everyone can go into it, but you can't. It's a fees-based school, isn't it?
Yeah. That's why he's got the Prada loafers.
It was a boarding school as well.
Maybe Jordan does, I'm not sure.
Olivia doesn't believe in love anymore. She can be obsessed with someone for 2 weeks and then get bored. This was a discussion about love bombing.
Fair enough.
Any opinions on love bombing as a concept?
Love bombing is actually very abusive and a dangerous situation to be in. But just dating for someone for 2 weeks is fine.
But that's why she's like turned off with the idea of love, because she knows that she can get like infatuated and like maybe like risk love bombing or being love bombed.
Love bombing is abusive, but if you're just dating someone for 2 weeks and you all know where you stand, that's different.
Is love bombing always calculated?
I think so.
So people are like, okay, it's a conscious effort. If I give this person what they want, they'll be mine.
I've been the victim of that love bombing.
Have
definitely.
you?
I have, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
That was a very dodgy and dangerous situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe we should move on.
I'm not bothered.
I'm not getting the nitty gritty out of you.
No, you can do. It's just irrelevant.
Dylan was asking how he could show emotion to his girlfriend more. And Olivia said, put the toilet seat down.
I mean, she's right. The girlfriend would appreciate that intently, I'd imagine.
Could have got her on to ask.
Yeah, we should have.
Do you want to?
No. Dylan was trying to, butt in the conversation. When they come back, Jordan hunkered down with Henry and he said...
He'd been to hell and back.
It was hell. They made me dance.
They put me through hell.
When he was through his coat along the dance. That was funny when they were doing the dances on the dance.
Oh, really? You like that bit?
Yeah, I enjoyed that, yeah. Henry was jealous. He'd been to the diary room to say he was jealous beforehand.
Did he?
Yeah, he said, I can't help it, but I'm jealous.
Oh, I felt for Henry. He had to stay in the the main house and talk to Paul and Jenkin. Like, Jesus.
Oh, go on, imagine. You right there, dear.
Well, I can't open the
Struggling to open
my
a can. Dylan thinks Kerry is conspiring against him. Oh,
conspiring bitches.
Like Cat Dunn and BBUS. Flirting. Oh, they're confusing. This is when Matty went at the corridor and then Jordan was like, something. And then Matty's like, what'd you say? It was so pathetic, this whole scene, to be honest.
Question,
you tell us.
Is Jordan's cold approach with Matty getting tedious? I've written.
Yeah, the whole thing, I think... I'm sort of interested, but it needs to go. It needs to move. I feel at the moment the whole thing is just stagnating. It needs to move in one direction or the other. A move needs to be made between one of them.
Some tension needs to be broken, is what we're saying.
Because at the moment, I feel like it's just Big Brother focusing on someone's face and making them look like they're pissed off, and I feel like none of them actually really give a shit.
Right.
Do you think that? Do you think anyone actually cares?
The reason I wrote it's getting tedious is because I feel it's getting tedious. Like you say, it's not really going anywhere.
Do you think any of them actually give a shit? Or they're just all just happy being friends?
They're all happy being friends.
Yeah. That's
no
what
one
I
wants to shag it. I mean, I think Jordan might want to have a, cop off with Matty, but that's it. That's where it ends.
They're all... Yeah, fine. A couple of them will probably hook up if they're not on TV.
Yeah.
But none of them actually really give two fucks. So I feel like Big Brother's trying to make a meal out of it, and it's not really... There's a snack there, if anything, but not a meal.
Yeah. It's an amuse-bouche, if anything. I'm looking at the live feed now, and it's so nice to see that Jordan and Henry are sat back there with Trish together. And
Matty's talking to bloody Tom and Paul, the Paul cunt.
Well, Matty's the hair twin with Tom, so that's what they get on.
Matty's really leaning into that vintage look, isn't he?
Also, do you know, when I went into the house, yeah, he is, those wire chairs at the top and the top ends of the table were not there.
Those black ones?
The black ones,
I don't like those.
They don't fit.
The look. No,
they actually had orange ones there.
Is that an outdoor chair that they've brought in, maybe?
No, but they had the orange chairs at the heads of the table.
I wouldn't sit on those in a million years when they've got those nice orange ones.
Get the black chairs out.
Yeah. Oh. Careful.
Get the wire chairs out. If that's what you want to say. If you're going to twist it. Jordan said to Matty, I hate you, confuse him. By confusion, by then, walk away. Oh, that's what they all do.
Something about that was making me cringe.
That's manipulative.
The whole thing was just making me... Oh.
That's what I'm not liking. It's the manipulation that I'm seeing from Jordan. Yeah. That when Matty from existing, he's trying to make him feel bad.
Yeah, and when Matty was in bed and then Jordan sort of came over and it was just like, I don't know. It's just awkward.
Matty said to Henry, this is the corridor bit, I think, he's got issues. And Henry said, what's your issues? And Jordan said he was taunting me.
Oh, yeah, then Jordan
taunting me.
Jordan walked off with Henry again.
Yeah.
Back to the comfort zone. Back to the safety net. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work out well for Jordan in the end, popularity-wise. I really don't.
Do you know my tweet earlier? Did you see my tweet about them? I said Henry's like the long-suffering wife in the relationship, and Jordan's like flirting with every waitress, every bar member, every person in front of the wife, and Henry just has to sit there and like kind of pretend it's not happening.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a shame because Jordan doesn't need to tease Henry like that. It seemed like Matty's just a plaything for him, and I think he's trying to guilt Matty into giving him attention, and in the end doesn't even want the attention.
No.
I think it's almost a bit like spectrum-ish behaviour.
Wants what he can't have.
Don't you think? The
Maybe,
level of manipulation, I feel like he just craves that.
Yeah.
So he creates it.
Maybe.
What's the next episode?
The eviction.
Oh, I ain't got any notes for that, so that's for you.
I do. Do you want to carry
Who's
on?
up again?
I've not got many notes. I've got a couple.
So we've been campaigning for Dylan to go. And what I want to admit was, like, I felt quite bad because obviously I met his girlfriend and had a good conversation with her. And
that's
like,
fine.
I'm invested in her well-being. Like, we're WhatsApp mates.
Don't get me wrong. Dylan's not a bad person. He's not a villain. He's not anything. He's just a bit controlling over the kitchen and was being a bit shitty today. There's nothing wrong with him. I mean, I've seen a million times worse people than him on TV.
Yeah.
He's just not that entertaining.
Villain adjacent, maybe? Because
really.
he's slightly abrupt.
No, I don't think he's even that bad. He's just a typical man, like, you know, that basic kind of man who's of that age.
Right.
There's nothing untoward, just doesn't interest me.
Yeah.
But no, to Dylan's girlfriend, I'm sure he's a good boyfriend. I'm sure he's a nice person. But, you know, to me, I'm not interested in that character on TV anymore. I feel like I've seen it a million times.
This is the thing I said to her. I'm going to feel bad when I have to campaign against Jordan. And, Dylan.
Oh, yeah,
because
what did she say?
obviously in the week, the storyline between Dylan and Trish sort of came to the foreground, right? And Dylan has been in the back, very much in the background, which for his girlfriend watching at home is like quite frustrating because she's not really seeing him
also,
until the live feed.
Also, Dylan shouldn't have even been up, so... You know, it kind of
Exactly.
what happened. So I wouldn't feel bad about that. But then I shouldn't control what you say about Dylan either. You need to be honest about how you feel about him.
Well, this is the thing I said to Lurk, because I could see it coming that it was probably because of what's going on in the house that Trish and Dylan might go up. Okay, Dylan's there because of Yinrun, but I thought it was going that way, and I said, look, I'm going to feel bad about this. And she actually said, don't be silly. Yeah. Like, you've got to, you've got to do
opinion.
you.
You can't like just bullshit like you like Dylan because you're friends with her or you're nice to her. Do you know what I mean?
But the thing is, like you said, I don't dislike Dylan, but I like good TV, and Dylan's not been in the good TV, and I back Hallie more as for being all that she is, and I just really fucking like Trish as well. So it was always going to be Dylan to go for me.
I like Dylan more than probably like 3 or 4 other people.
Oh,
there.
Absolutely! Like, you know, Tom can go before Dylan.
Tom can
Chanel
go,
can even
Paul
go.
Can go. Yeah, Chanel can go. Jenkins can go to me before Dylan. Also, Noki could probably go as well because I don't find her that interesting.
Yeah.
Carrie can stay.
Carrie for the final.
So it's only like the core group that I like above Dylan, like Jordan, Henry. I mean, even Matty, I don't think give a shit about.
The sacred 4, isn't it? Henry, Yinrun, Jordan,
Dylan's
Trish.
just totally middle of the road to me.
Yeah.
He should have gone tonight though, but you know that's the way it goes.
And I did, as you saw, I did campaign against Dylan because
you should. Don't ever. That's what I worry about with you sometimes. I feel like you want to, you know, toe the party line a bit. Like, I know because you want to, like, keep in sweet with, like, BBUK and everything, which is fine because you come to the house and everything. I get that. But we have to be free to give our own opinions. We can't just toe the party line and just not say what we think. We can't. Otherwise, we might as well not bother. Well, isn't that right?
Yeah, no, it's right.
Yeah, you need to be honest with how you feel.
I'm clinging onto my all access pass.
Oh, well, yeah, they didn't give me one, so fuck you guys.
Stop, we're working on it. Jesus.
No, I love you.
Didn't mean that.
Don't get me wrong, I love you guys, but they don't listen this far. Okay, so Dylan, coming back to Dylan, he was being a bit of a dick. He was having a strop about the food.
Yeah.
But it was really about him being up for eviction, wasn't it? And he was just trying to put it on
This
there.
is a man thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you think?
can't admit
Not
to what the
admitting,
emotions are. He said he was embracing violence that day, and Henry endorsed the embracing violence. Well, you might
wasn't
say
he
that.
pissed off at Trish?
Yeah, I don't like his beef with Trish.
I thought they were getting on quite well at the start. I thought
It's
they were
the
mates.
food issue. It's the food control.
Oh,
because
she's crossing the line into the kitchen. Trish is having ridiculous meals and snacks though, cooking lamb chops at midnight
God,
or
why
whatever.
is everyone watching what everyone's eating so much? Oh well, just slip a baked potato in your pocket, you'll be fine. So what was all this about? Hallie having a storyline, Trish having a storyline, Dylan having a storyline.
Big Brother asked
the sob
everyone.
stories
And
were coming out in force.
This is what the diary room's becoming, right? It's the storyline element where Big Brother asks the question, and I think they've always done that.
Journeying. Everyone's journeying tonight.
I don't remember it being this obvious on Channel 5, but I feel like I remember it on like maybe the last Channel 4 series, but I'm not sure.
I feel like they used to try and make these conversations happen more in the house rather than the diary room.
Right.
But same difference, really, isn't it? What is a butt plug and what is it for, Gaz? Can you tell me?
It's a very homophobic, a very pointed homophobic question.
Oh, that's bollocks, because a lot of straight people use butt plugs too, apparently.
And Olivia had one with a love heart on the end, apparently. What is a butt plug?
Shut up, what are you saying?
What's the point of a butt plug?
No, I don't know.
Is it to keep things inside?
No, I thought hold on, I can't believe you're asking me this.
I thought it
was to prepare you for,
I think, right, when I was younger, sometimes if I think back, I have like horrific memories from like being younger. I think I asked like my dad what a butt plug was.
Oh no.
But this might not be true.
Okay, is it a dream? It's like one of those you can't tell if it's a dream or a memory.
Yeah, I feel like
I hate those.
He told me it's like so like the cum stays inside. But why would my dad tell me that?
The cum stays inside?
Yeah.
Why would the cum need to stay inside?
Just keep it there. It's
what?
like putting a cork in the...
day?
You know when we like open the Prosecco and we put a stopper in it? Just in case like maybe there's an earthquake.
I can understand if you're trying to get pregnant, but your butt, that can get sort of kind of an irrelevance.
Well, there's a lot of men out there trying, so tell them that.
I thought a butt plug was to, ease you in for anal.
But they look rather large usually, like quite bulbous and big. Have you ever experienced...
I have some things to say.
Have you got some experience with butt plugs?
I have some experience.
Oh God, no. Do you want to go there? Because you can choose not to.
It's nothing to do with me.
No, I'm sure it's not.
Someone I was dating.
Yeah, I bet.
No, it wasn't the person you think I don't
Oh,
think.
okay.
It was someone recently
I
was dating.
Okay.
Who, got out an assortment of stuff.
Oh, yeah, no.
Yeah.
I think you did tell me this.
And I was just like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and I didn't mind saying because I didn't even do it anyway. He wanted to use one, and I was just like, I don't really want to.
But it makes sense.
On me, but
what?
On me.
Yeah. Oh, on you. And it doesn't make sense on you.
No,
this is the thing. And so they talked about the G spot, right? Being up the butt. But I'm sure the female G spot is not there, but the male one is.
But someone told you that you could hit the female one from the butt.
Through the anal
Which
walls.
I didn't know that. Anyway.
So someone wanted to use the butt plug on you. You said no, thanks very much.
Yeah.
Which I think is the right thing to do because you need a lot of preparation for that.
Anyway, I used it on him.
Right.
Kind of. It wasn't really a butt plug though. It was more like a dildo. But it wasn't really like my cup of tea. But he seemed to like it, so who cares?
Well, yeah. I mean, I think actually a lot of men do like a bit of butt play, don't they?
Not? I mean, it's fine. I just worry about if something happens.
Like a mess.
Yeah, I just worry that something's going to go wrong.
The people that have decided to put something in their butt have prepared for that, surely.
Yeah, exactly.
But like if you've just turned up off the cuff,
I know.
I don't think so, Sonny Jim.
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, turn all the lights off and then go and have a wash for like 3 days and then maybe we'll talk.
Was this in a third space?
Was it what?
In a third space.
What's that?
As in not the person's home.
It was in his house, yeah.
In his home.
But I'd already met him.
What colour were the sheets?
I'd met him a few times.
What colour were the sheets?
White, I think.
See, definitely don't go near it with the butt plug.
Believe me, he was very hygienic. Oh God, what am
very
I saying?
well prepared.
I don't want to have this conversation.
Well, we're in it.
It's too late now. But yeah, hold on. Let's talk about your experience with this metal.
I've never seen a butt plug in my life.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Look, see the homophobia there?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm the person who's experienced
some
it and you haven't. Doesn't that tell you a lot, though? It's all like anything anal is considered like gay.
I think I've seen them in the sex shop, but they just look like big round things. I don't understand the point of it.
I don't either. And also I feel like it's quite
Do you know what I will say? Go on.
I don't know what the word I'm looking for is. Like, I want to say humiliating, but
the humiliverse.
I don't know. Just like, I just don't want that thing sticking out of my butt. To be honest.
I personally am just not. I don't like toys. It doesn't appeal to me.
I must say I'm not that keen either.
Just like, they're very hard, usually
cold,
rigid. Yeah.
Cold.
Smell like rubber or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm just not into it.
No, I know what you mean. The flesh is definitely better.
Oh my, no.
No, carry on.
No.
Yeah, I agree. When someone like gets out like a bag of like God knows what, I'm just like, oh Jesus.
I gave you a sex toy one time.
What was it?
Some sort of vibrating cock ring.
Oh yeah. Do you know what? I never ever used
Chuck
it.
it out.
No, I never used it because it's like not sexy to like get that out and put it on. In my opinion, don't you think it's kind of embarrassing? I don't know. Just if people say that, I just think I'd rather just use my imagination in a way on my body.
Imagination. Yeah, someone else's body. Someone else's body is better than any toy you're going to buy. Exactly. I think it's just more fun.
A toy when you're on your own, that's a different story. For a woman.
Yeah, no, I've got toys.
Oh yeah, I know you've got. Oh.
Do you? How do you know?
Yeah, come on, let's out you now. Because I've already said waiting.
Did you see it?
The flesh tunnel thing. You told me about it.
I must have spoken about this on the podcast.
Yeah,
I got that. Yeah, fleshlight.
There you go.
Fleshlight. No
thing.
light in it. No good in a power cut.
Especially not after you've used it. Oh no, this conversation is not good. Luckily, no one listens to this, so it's fine.
I used to take out the so the inner. So there's like the. Sorry, we're going there now.
No,
there's the plastic bit.
Actually, I'm curious about.
There's the plastic molded bit that looks like a flashlight, right? It's called a flashlight for that reason, like a
Yeah.
torch, and the inner is like silicone, and the inner is like the sort of anal passage model thing. You like pull that out, and obviously, like when you've used it, you've got to give it a good clean.
Of course you do.
And I've got like you can buy a disinfectant spray, so I'd like wash it out and then like spray it, but I'd like always hang it out to dry, right?
Oh no!
And then like when I lived in a shared house, I had my own bathroom, so I'd use it. And then one time my housemate revealed to me that if the downstairs toilet was occupied, she'd use my bathroom, and I was like, fuck, she's definitely seen like my fleshlight out to dry.
Out to dry. That is so funny. Yeah, because it's hard to clean just a normal vibrator. So a fleshlight, that must have a lot of nooks and crannies in it.
It does. That's where the pleasure comes from.
I wonder what the difference is between like an anal one and a vaginal one. It must be a similar kind of feeling, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they just put the ridges and the bumps to make you feel good, but like the outside has a different design.
It's probably the exact same thing.
They have actually many different versions, and you can look at the cross section on the website to choose what you want.
Aren't they based on different?
Yeah, I've got one that's like modelled on a porn star's butt because I used to be obsessed with him when I was like a kid. When I was looking at my dad's computer at porn.
Okay, I feel better now that
we've all outed ourselves.
You've embarrassed yourself as well, so I don't feel so bad.
Look,
now.
everyone's
we all have
got a sex life.
Yeah, like who cares? Like I've done way a million times worse things than I've said on this podcast, so stay tuned. So,
why were they even talking about butt plugs?
Because Carrie said,
what is a butt plug? And then she tried to reverse out of the conversation.
Yeah, beep, 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 beep. She said, but Tom said, Carrie, I bet you're on all fours taking it.
About Carrie? Well, I'm sure she is, but we don't need to visualise it.
And Olivia said, I bet you do it on your scooter.
How's that? What's the logistics of that are challenging.
I think this is where they came inspired for the kiss cam task after this.
Big Brother was feeling a little bit horny after that.
Now, did they replace this glass between snogs?
Someone had to have come in and cleaned it all down.
I mean...
I remember a time when you had to give half an hour between people going in and out of a room, let alone licking a pane of glass.
I remember during COVID, like, me and Jack saying, basically, we're never going to be able to go to a gig again. We're never going to be able to shake hands with someone again. This is it. Life is over. And now... I'm seeing someone on TV
3 years later,
a pane of glass one after another. It's like an orgy. What
a weird task. What was it for? Did they win anything?
Yeah, they won that dinner in the champagne.
The date.
I like this task. Some of them did kiss very
Do they even kiss, mate? They do.
Olivia
Indeed, they do.
Really went for it. Paul.
I like the people that started from the bottom of the screen and licked all the way up. And
what about Paul spitting on it?
the way
that told me.
He put his hand there like he was holding a cock and balls.
That told me everything I needed to know about him.
I think he was like...
It's a shame the listeners can't see that. Hallie, I thought was good. She had a sultry way about it.
Hallie said, "Not yet, Big Brother," when Big Brother tried to end the task.
Henry got a lot of interest from that. When Matty started the kiss cam, Jordan was like, But then when Henry did it, Jordan was also like, And then Matty started coming on to Henry, going, "You've got nice lips." That was the turn up for the
luscious
book.
lips.
And then
Henry.
Jordan was like straight back over to Henry, like, "He's mine."
You back off these lips. That's my husband.
Oh, you look.
Tarquin, Harlequin. To bed now.
You look very good on TV.
Yeah, but that was backhanded. You look good on TV, but not in person.
So the whole scandal was Paul wrote Olivia down, and then Noki's like, I don't want to break the girl code, but he wrote your name down and then changed it to Tom. Just mind your own business. I think Noki has got some agenda against Paul.
Wait, Paul wrote Tom?
No, Paul wrote Olivia, then he wrote Tom. I don't remember Tom doing it.
Me neither.
Little pipsqueak.
The fact that he wrote Tom is so weird.
So then,
a modern man. I can appreciate a man kissing a panel of glass.
Health, blah blah blah, whatever. Hallie said in the diary room, "We're all from the same pile of mess called life."
Oh, that is beautiful. It's poetic.
Tattoo of the week. Then Kerry melted a plastic tray with some croutons on in the oven.
That's a tray from a task, apparently. I'm not sure what task involved a plastic tray.
Jordan said, "How you doing, sugar tits?" to Trish.
Like
that.
I like it.
Citing Mel Gibson in his misogyny phase.
What? Tell me more.
Mel Gibson got pulled over by a female police officer.
Called her sugar tits.
Driving and called her sugar
That's
tits.
like something you hear on Simpsons. I didn't know people said that in real life.
He also said something anti-Semitic to her, but that's a different story.
Okay.
And also not great in the current climate. Trish was talking about how when she came over from Congo, that she felt she was going to have a great new life over here.
Right.
And then when she came over, it wasn't what she expected, and she felt quite humiliated. And I thought that was an interesting choice of words, and very sad.
I think that for a lot of people...
Probably being called sugar tits didn't help.
I think for a lot of people from outside of Europe, life in Europe is just painted to be like this rosy, amazing, horn of plenty.
Streets are paved with gold.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And people get here and find it's not the case.
And they get treated like shit. They get racially abused. Blah,
yeah,
blah, blah.
and there's language barriers, and you're essentially a migrant worker, and migrant workers get the shitty jobs.
Yeah, you live in a shit area, it's cold, blah blah blah.
Yeah. Mind you, she was a child, obviously, but
it was interesting what she was saying though.
But her parents probably didn't come here to great opportunity. I would imagine. I don't know.
No, I'm sure.
Wait, is there a language barrier? What do they speak? She speaks French, doesn't she?
They speak French, don't they? In DRC. So Olivia took Paul up to the room where Hallie and him had their date. Oh, just got champagne and shit. And said to...
You know what you wanted? A WKD?
WKD. And she said, you got to be careful because your girlfriend's watching, blah, blah, blah. It's like, you don't even know my girlfriend.
Hallie said that to Paul?
No, Olivia did.
Right.
And Paul said, I know my girlfriend very well.
I hope so. Jeez. I don't really know
her. Who is she? That was it. Then Hallie got evicted. And then began the darkest timeline.
Oh, what a night.
Hallie's interview was...
It was a good interview.
It was very, very
It was a good interview.
And I want to watch it again. She did get cheered when she came out.
Yeah,
she didn't get views or anything like that. So
I actually don't expect anyone to get... maybe Kerry might.
I don't think Kerry even will. Paul, maybe. Paul was getting a few chances.
Okay, we need to talk about chance. The audience were going off. I couldn't understand what was being said. Could you?
Because there was a mixture. I think that's why.
So do you think it was a mixture of Kerry and Paul?
Yeah. cool.
You know how that comes out, don't you?
Get call out.
Sounds like Nocky, as Kerry said.
Wishful thinking, I think there.
Kerry, or just wanting it to be Nocky and not her.
That's it.
That's it for the week in BBUK.
Any emails?
Oh shit! Yeah, right. We've got to look at the emails. We'll have a break while we get the inbox open. Prepare your thoughts and email them, please, to bbonblastpod@gmail.com.
We won't be able to read those ones out right now.
No, but next week, tell us how sad you are about Hallie leaving or not.
If it's or not, though, don't bother.
Yeah, thanks. Right, we are back from a lovely toilet break, and I can confirm I put down the toilet seat for you, especially.
Woo!
Quite the effort it was.
I should think so. Oh no, I so well Irish. So.
To be sure. Right, now there's only a couple of emails this week.
Come on, listeners.
Come on, more opinions, please. Adam D has messaged us, and the subject line is voting. Hi guys, I was listening to the week 2 BBUK podcast, and I was listening to you guys discussing how Vote to Save is gone. So it was really late, and since you guys were talking about Vote to Save, I mistook the vote this week as Vote to Save.
Oh no!
And accidentally gave Trish 3 votes. What a nightmare. That's like me.
That's hilarious.
That's what I did with Farida the other day.
That's
hilarious. Week 1.
So funny. Can you not read,
However, Adam says, hoping Dylan goes this week. So I'm assuming you put 2 on Dylan. Starting the next episode of the pod right now. Love the episodes. Keep up the work. Thanks from Adam. Thanks for emailing, Adam.
I like that. That's funny.
And it's nice to hear from a new person.
Yeah,
I don't think you've emailed us before, have you?
Yeah, that's good.
Sorry about the confusion there.
Adam, get your shit together.
Do you know, Adam, I relate because I was really tired and I accidentally voted for Rita a couple of times.
You're right. When you go on the app, it's not that clear. They need to change the wording.
Yeah, they should make it more obvious.
Yeah, they should.
Like it does say vote to evict, but again, I just think put it on the button.
It says it right at the top, but it doesn't say it on the picture. Yeah. And
then you can choose from. Again, it's ambiguous.
Yeah. It's woolly, isn't it?
Woolly. Fluffy. And now, brace yourselves because there's an email from Letargo. I always feel like someone's is watching me is the I think you might have made a typo there, Letargo, mate. Hello, hi, and good evening, Lindsay and Gaz. That sounds like the news. First off, I'd like to apologise for my Jordan impression last week. I felt abnormal even after recording and sending it, and after the feedback, it justifies that my Jordan impression was just gobshite. But my Kerry impression.
Yes.
Have I heard that one?
I don't know.
No.
Hopefully it's attached.
Maybe it is attached. No, it's not attached. Look,
come on.
Letargo, you can't tease the Kerry impression, sweet, and not give us the impression. All right, sweet. Thought number 1. There's 2 thoughts here.
Okay.
This week has made me think about some housemates who I deemed as the villains, and that has changed somewhat. Kerry hasn't done any fuckeries. And it made me deviate from my initial thoughts about her.
He's bought into it.
Hook, line and sinker. I know that Lindsay might be very ambivalent with my opinion. But when I came back to my house after a smoke session, I was like, I think Kerry might be the glue in the house.
He's fucked and he's thinking that. Got you.
It looks like the purple haze fucked my brain up.
You need to try the candy haze instead, Letargo.
Trust me, you are not the only person who's changing their opinion on Kerry.
No.
It's amazing, isn't it? Just a week. And I thought
just the weed
when they were like, it's get Kerry out this week, but it might be we love Kerry next week.
It was.
It wasn't so far from the truth.
Yeah. Yeah, Kerry's off the hook now, undoubtedly.
Off the hook.
Oh no.
Thought number 2 from Letargo. The free Yinrun scene was something special. Yeah, no, I agree, and I don't think we dealt.
It was fun.
We didn't dwindle on that enough, but Lindsay was about to pass out.
Dwindle is not the right word. Dwell
on that enough.
But I've packed up now.
I really liked the way that Olivia did like ad libs in between. Did you? Let her out. She's done her time. She's in the cold, and it was just like they didn't put the best bit in the show. And you also the clip of like you got Jenkins twerking in the corner. Just everyone was just like elated. Like
Olivia
we've got to
loves to sing.
Come together to free Yinrun. It was a special time.
And Paul locked everyone in with Yinrun when they all went in. It was like that task where you all had to squeeze into a car.
Yeah, God, that was the CBB launch. What I felt about Yinrun being locked up, I'm going on a tangent here now, but it's like, we didn't know how long she was in there. You didn't watch Late and Live, but on Late and Live they said she'd already been there for 3 hours.
Wow.
So everyone was just like, 3 hours? What the hell? And obviously, like, Yinrun is a treasure, so everyone was just like up in arms.
That was another thing, because I got spoilt on it, because I went on Twitter and it was like free Yinrun. I didn't even know what free Yinrun was. It's just, it bugs me.
That's why you need to watch Late and Live.
That's why I just need to stay off Twitter.
So on the live feed, like, there was footage of Yinrun and the protesting at the start, but then later on, bear in mind it goes on for hours, there was no sight of Yinrun, so no one knew where Yinrun was, and I was just like,
executed.
I was embroiled in this, like, executed. I was like embroiled in this whole thing. Like, everyone needed to know, where's Yinrun? And we were like looking to find her on the feeds, and everyone's just like, any updates on Yinrun yet? Oh, she's not in the house, she's not in the bedroom, they've shown the living area, and someone was like, they've locked the garden, she can't still be in the garden, she must still be in the house. But no one knew where she was.
Fun, yeah.
And like, I'd not felt that sort of invested in Big Brother for a long time.
Yeah.
And actually I was really buzzing off of it.
That's good.
So yeah, you're right. It was something special at Otago. I am definitely going to watch that clip again for the next decade and be like, that was fucking great. But goddamn, Olivia, the voice is annoying, but her ad-libs were hilarious. Yes,
there you go.
And I did the tweet of the ad-libs, so you can save that, Otago. In fact, I'll send you the clip if you want. I've got it saved. Yinrun getting her nominations revoked was shitty. But it was a good thing in hindsight, because Dylan was up with Trish and Hallie.
See, Otago was Dylan out as well.
But why is Big Brother changing the rules now? When Hallie, in brackets, twice... Yeah, that's right. Hallie broke the rules twice. And one time she had to stay in jail, and the other time she had to wear a sandwich board. And Olivia broke the rules about discussing nominations. I have a theory, which Mrs. Smith, in brackets Laurie, might know soon. Ooh, a cliffhanger. Otago, a.k.a. Jack's black hoodie.
Jack does not wear hoodies. Jack is very anti-hoodie, even though Gaz is sat here literally
in a black
hoodie right now.
Emblazoned with the Big Brother
Jack
eye.
actually got me to throw out all my hoodies when we first got together.
Oh, really?
Just like Kanye West and Kim.
How dare he take control of your wardrobe?
He didn't, but he was just very anti-hoodies, and then I was like, actually, he's right. No offence.
Oh, I love a hoodie. It's so convenient when you're cold. Put the hood up. Anyway, Big Brother gave me this hoodie, and I treasure this hoodie.
It works for you.
Anyway, thank you for the emails, Otago. That was really funny.
That was
and
good. Good emails.
Adam, sorry for fucking up your votes last week or this week. Just
That's
remember,
Adam's fault, not ours.
it's a vote to evict.
Yeah.
It's always going to be a vote to evict.
Yeah.
And let's not get it wrong next time.
And if you call in now, you're just too late.
Anyway, thanks for emailing in, sweet. bbonblastpod@gmail.com to have your say.
Why not check out our BBUS podcast if you're interested? And
it's almost the final week, but never mind.
Follow me on Twitter, @VM.
Follow me on Twitter, bb_superfan.
Follow our podcast on Twitter, BB on Blast.
Can you please follow our Instagram too? I know this is like a big ask at this stage, but like I'm doing a lot of work on the stories on Instagram.
Hold on, can we just give a shout out to Evelyn who sent us another 10?
Evelyn.
What the hell? Evelyn.
Thank you so much.
You're really spoiling us. We've got 30 quid in our PayPal account now.
Nice.
What do you think about that?
I like it.
Splash out.
I'd like it to be 45 next week, but we'll see.
300 would be better, but you never know. Read my book, First Aid Kit Girl. That puts honest money in my pocket for my hard work. And what else? I don't know. Retweet us. Follow us.
Retweet it.
Enjoy the
drop
show.
A review,
send us an email.
And just please, when we say vote one way, just agree.
When we say vote, you say yeah. Hopefully we can get Hallie on, and then we
will work on Hallie.
We'll do our best, and
All
we
right.
shall see you next week.
Thanks. Bye.
Thanks for listening.
See you next week.
Bye.